for thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's the boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Minute Today USA Boxing. We back, y'all. Yes, sir. We are back. You know, man, today is a good day, man. Happy Wednesday. I think the day is Wednesday. You know, I be getting my days confused. I think the day is Wednesday. You know what I mean? I think the day is Wednesday, guys. We're going to go ahead and lock this on down right quick. Set this into subscriber-only mode. You know what I mean? The reason why I put it on subscriber-only mode, you got to be a subscriber if you want to leave a comment, because I try to, try to weed out a lot of the trolls. I try to weed them out. You know, that's my way of weeding them out. I haven't went into membership mode yet. Eventually I'm going to go into members only mode. Eventually I'm going to go into that, but you know, that's why we do that. You know what I mean? That's why we do that. Got a whole lot going on today in the sport of boxing. As a matter of fact, let me pull up some receipts. Let the old boy, I'm looking to my left right here, guys. Let me pull up some receipts. You know, there's some whole lot going on in boxing. There's some propaganda going on as well that may or may not be true. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pull this article up right quick. A lot of people jumped out the window. Listen, let me give you guys some advice. Don't be quick to jump out the window when you hear something from any YouTube channel or platform. Don't be quick to jump out the window. People like jumping out the window like Superman. They love doing that. And I understand why. I get it. I understand. You know what I mean? You know, I get it and I understand. Let me go ahead and pull this receipt up right here as well. Pause this. There's something else I wanted to pull up. Where is that? Okay, cool. Here we go right here. Let's give everybody a round of applause, man. We're going to have a damn good show today. Yeah, I'm gonna end up eventually going to members only. Once we get over 10,000, we're almost there. We're almost there at 10,000. You know, it ain't really been nothing in the sport of boxing, so it ain't really been nothing. It's just a whole lot of small fights that ain't nobody interested in. The fans ain't stupid. You know, if the fans would not continue to go down the yellow brick road of stupidity in the sport of boxing, that's a lot. So this is what a lot of these promoters expect us to do, and shit just change. You know what I mean? So, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and we're going to do this OJ the Jew Man style. Let's give everybody a shout out in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Also, shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify as well as Amazon Music. Let's do this, man. OJ, you know how we do it. Shout out to the Queen Love Green Eyes Speed. Shout out to Rob Rib Show. Shout out to Young Billy. Young Billy, what's going on, fam? He say, shout out to Young Billy, man. Shout out to Tupac 13. Bob Squad, Eric Gomez. What the lick read, baby? To this day. Really, though? True. All right, let's see, man. Shout out to Peter Von Ark. All right, let's see what's going on, man. Shout out to Southpaw Killer. Shout out to Charles N. What's going on, fam? John McSmith, what the lick read? Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bell. Shout out to my main man, Huggy Bell. Diallo Huggy in the building. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Shout out to George H in the building. Shout out to Slim Reaper. What's going on, fam? Let's see, man. You know, he said, hey, coach, I saw a brilliant interview with a 29-year-old fighter. Okay, all right, for sure, man. That's good. Shout out to Jack Watatama. Shout out to who else we have in the building. Let's see, Big J in the building. What's going on, bro? Shout out to George H. Shout out to Paul Evans. And shout out to the Queen, Ava. She wanted to be called the Queen. Shout out to the Queen Ava, man. Let's see, man. Shout out to CB3 in the building. Shout out to who else we have, bro? Shout out to Harleen from the UK with the AK. Shout out to who else we have, fam? ADD. Shout out to Luis. Luis, what's going on, man? Let's see. Shout out to Alex Corona. Alex, what's going on, fam? Let's see, man. Shout out to Akon in the building. Antonio Hernandez. Let's see who else we have. Ali Muhammad. Shout out to Charles N. Shout out to I haven't smoked anything yet. I'm probably gonna smoke later on, man. That stuff I had. Yeah, I told you guys I can't smoke that stuff before the show, man. That shit there's just too strong. I slept good last night though. Yeah, that's stuff. Woo, boy, I'm telling you, boy, the stickiest of the icky, boy. I got that skunk sticky. You know what I mean? Let's see. Shout out to 702 Man Cave. You know, I'm a lightweight though. You know what I mean? I can't mess with them heavyweights. Shout out to Truth. I don't ever want to be a heavyweight because you know when you're a heavyweight like that, that means that you can't get high anymore. You smoke so much that you just can't get high. Like that. Like what's the point? You know what's the point of smoking weed if you can't get high? You know, like man, I gotta smoke a whole pound before I can get high. That means you're smoking too much. You know what I mean? That's what that means. That means you're smoking too much. You gotta smoke an ounce, eat some edibles, drink some edibles. You know what I mean? Like they have some drinks you can drink. You gotta take all kind of shit just to get high. Your tolerance level is that high now. Shout out to Mr. Calderon. Shout out to the one and only. Shout out to Manio. Shout out to Devon and Renee. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Con Enigma. Let's see what we got, man. Big Hector Garcia in the building. Big Heck. Jeff Luciano, what's happening, bro? Shout out to the Queen Arlette. Shout out to James Brown. Hey! Hitman, what's going on, fam? True. Shout out to Anna Lee. Anna Lee, what's going on, Anna Lee? Let's see. Shout out to Kevin. Kevin, what's going on, bro? Let's see. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? I said John McSmith. I think I got everybody. Shout out to Al Peasy. Al Peasy, what's going on, fam? Tupac 13. Tupac 13. Shout out to Slide the Deal. Seal the Deal. Seal the Deal. Shout out to Seal the Deal. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to who else we have in the building, fam? We have David. David, what's going on, man? David Stubetta. What's going on, fam? Shout out to OG, double OG, triple OG, quadruple OG. Shout out to my brother, Jawan. Jawan, what's going on, fam? My brother from Texas, man. What's up, bro? From H-Town, I believe. Thank you from H-Town, right? Shout out to Anthony Evelyn. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Pugilism in the building. Jason Elliott. And I think we got everybody. Slim Reaper, Terrence Trotter. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me close this. What the hell? What in the heezy? Why am I getting all of these damn? I'm getting these politicians sending me all kind of texts. How they got my goddamn phone number? You know, it's voting time. They want everybody to, hey man, I'm getting shit from Democrats and Republicans. I don't fuck with y'all. Let's see. Shout out to who else we got, man? Jason L. Elliott. Daniel Rios. I think we got everybody, man. Let's do it. Shout out to the Queen Deborah Booker. Shout out to man, say he's from Plant City. Allen, what's going on, fam? Okay, Plant City in the house. He said, Jawan said, Coach, you got some exotic, huh, man? But and you know this, bro, and you know this.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can only smoke it at night, bro. When I'm getting ready to go to bed, bro. Listen, I can't even. I already talk fast as hell as it is. I talk faster than the mug. Just imagine talking fast, smoking some of that sticky icky, and that shit got you. My mouth, my brain is processing fast. Like, okay, you got to talk fast like you want to, but the weed is like, bro, you just got to, you know what I mean? So, it's a war going on, when I smoke some of that there, bro. That right there, bro, is just a little too much for me. Anyway, shout out to Demetha. What's going on, fam? Jason Elliott, man. Yes, sir. Plant City, Florida in the building. Other than that, that's it, man. Let's get into this, man. Now, hold on. I got to show y'all. This one dude, I had a brother. Where he at? What he said here, man? Jumped out the window. He saw the title of the show. Oh, he got 38 hot. Oh, I think this was a Loma fan too. He saw the title of the show. He got 38 hot, not 38 hot, 38 hot. He told me, he say, man, what did he say? I'm going to find it. He say, man, you need to change the title to your show. Lomachenko ain't ducking nobody. You see what I'm saying? This and that. and yada, yada, yada. And you need to do some more research. Yeah, dude, he said, bro, change the title. He said, change the title of this video and do some research because you sound like a Tank fan girl. Boy, this dude right here, 38 hot, boy. 38 hot. Now he don't know what I'm going to say. He have no idea what I'm going to say. But boy, he saw the title and jumped right out of the window. Let's continue. He said Lomachenko's been calling Tank out since the second he beat Pedraza for the IBF, and their only response over there were not yet, no rush, and we don't need him. They only name drop Loma for publicity, but make excuses when it's down to talk. So this dude name is Aztec Heart. So he was up. He just jumped out the window on the title. This is a title. You see what I'm saying? What am I going to say? I don't know what you're going to say. I just don't like the title. You sound like a Tank fan girl. Okay. All right, I ain't got no problem with that.
To this day.
Okay, all right, okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. But anyways, man, I love it. I love it when they jump out the window. They do a lot of that on YouTube too. They jump out the window a lot on YouTube. YouTube channels jump out the window all the time. YouTube subscribers in the boxing community jump out the window all the time. Everybody jumping out the window committing suicide. Just jumping. Superman there. Ho! Just jumping on. That's all they do, jump, right? That's all I see going on. A whole lot of goddamn jumping. You see what I'm saying? Whole lot of jumping. Let's see what we got.
You just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about?
Really though, man. Really though. And then see what it is. See what it is, baby boy. See what had happened was. You see what I'm saying, man? So, I'm just sitting there checking everybody out, man. Now, the title of the show is Gervonta Davis wants Lomachenko next. That's what they say. That's what they say. Who is they? According to Tank Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford. The question is, will Lomachenko will Loma fight? Will he duck Tank or will he fight Tank? Will he fight him? Now I'm asking the question because I already know the answer to it. I ask questions that I already know the answer to. But I know you. I know this guy who left a message on left a comment under the show. I know him very well. Never met him before. Don't know where he live at, but I know him very well. How do I know him? Because I know his mindset. When you know the mindset, you know the people. Because as the mind thinketh, so will the people say or do. Right? Let's continue. Now, according to Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis wants to fight Vasyl Lomachenko next, and he is on their radar. Again, according to who? Calvin Ford. Is it according to Floyd Mayweather? No. Is it according to Leonard Ellaby? No. Is it according to Tank Davis? No. Who is it according to? According to Tank Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford. Right? Now, Calvin Ford believes that Lomachenko is ripe for the picking. And he feels that Loma might not want to take a chance on fighting Tank Davis at the moment because it's a high-risk, low-reward fight for Lomachenko. Now, what I want to ask you guys is this. Now, you guys know that I don't believe that Tank versus Loma will ever happen, just like I don't believe that Crawford versus Spencer happened. Same way, it ain't gonna happen. Never. I don't believe that'll happen, right? Why? Why do I don't believe that? Because Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby would never let Tank fight another fighter that's not signed to the PBC. Right? Now, question I want to ask you guys. Let's see if there's any truth to these things that Gervonta Davis versus Lomachenko fight rumors. Let's see if there's any truth to any of these rumors, which is not. There's no truth to it at all, right? And if so, who do you think will win and how? So let's see. And we got some key Thurman news as well. Whole lot of people jumping out the window. They jumped out the window with the Crawford lawsuit. Whole lot of YouTube channels, even the ones I'm all right with. You jumped out the window without the cape. Glad you did, though. Glad you did. Get every chance to see who everybody is. Am I right? Let's see. Now let's go on. As it relates to Tank Davis, let me show you guys this article. Let me go ahead and pull this up right now. Let me show you guys this article. But before I show you the article, let me go ahead and go to the chat and see what you guys think before I show you the article. Let's see, man. Shout out to Bruce Goes in the building. Silverhawk. I used to watch that cartoon. Silverhawk. Yes, sir. Eliza, what's going on, family? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Let's see, man. Let's see. Shout out to Crescencio, what's going on, fam? Shout out to you, fam. Wizard Sleeve in the building. What's going on? Akon, Young Billy. Let's see, Iron Kong 26. Yeah, I want to open up these phone lines today, too. I really do want to open up these phone lines. Let's go. Jeff Lucietta says Loma versus Tank would be a competitive fight, in my opinion. Yeah, I believe so, but I believe so. There's nothing, it's not a fiber in my body that tells me that Lomachenko or Tank Davis are afraid of each other. But as it relates to the promoters, that's something different. That's something different as it relates to the promoters. As it relates to the promoters, something different, right? That's why these fights ain't happening. That's why I say I miss Don King. See, the reason why I miss Don King, because when Don King was around, you know, just active, and he's still alive, but he's not in his heyday anymore. And just notice, once he left the game, you don't get the fights. You know, you get some every now and then, but you don't get those mega fights no more. You know what I mean? That's because one guy who had his foot on Bob Arum's neck, had his foot on his neck, letting him know, hey, look here, man, you know me, man, I got to get the gab. I know how to sell a fight. He's a true salesman because he comes from the street. You see what I'm saying? And then now that he's not in the game anymore, you know, and then Al Heyman, he doesn't talk. He doesn't say anything. You know what I mean? So Eddie Hearn talks. He's a nice guy. He's a nice lad. But, you know, you got people who don't like him, and he's a gentleman. You see what I'm saying? There's no lightning rod in boxing. And I think that the powers that be, that's how they want it. We don't need no more lightning rods, because these guys be making stuff happen. Now it's just all politics and bullshit. It's always been politics, but when you have a lightning rod, the lightning rod forces the sides to come to an agreement, because that guy was the promoter of the people. You don't have any promoters of the people anymore. You have promoters like Leonard Ellaby saying, fuck the fans. I don't give a damn what the fans want. Yada, 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 yada. You never would have heard Don King say that. As much as I criticize Don King for his business practices as it relates to his fighters, you never heard him say that. Never. He was a promoter of the people. Maybe not of the fighters, but he was a promoter of the people. Now these promoters, they just, you know, that's why I don't like none of them. That's why I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. I don't give a fuck about Bob Arum. Anybody who dick ride Bob Arum, who love Bob Arum, fuck Bob Arum. I don't give a fuck about Al Heyman. Anybody who dick ride Al Heyman, fuck Al Heyman. I don't give a fuck about Frank Warren or Eddie Hearn. If you don't like me because I don't like your favorite promoter, fuck them and fuck you too. That's how I feel. I care about boxing. I care about seeing the best fighters fight the best fighters. I let y'all have that promoter shit. Let's continue. When I say y'all, I'm talking about the ones who own that. Slim Ruby said, he said, I think somebody been listening to the change of narrative from us real boxing people, coach. It's funny to hear this now, bro. I would love to see this fight, Tank versus Loma. Let's see, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're a fanboy of a promoter, this ain't the channel for you. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's the side of the street I'm on. That's the side of the street I'm on. I'm on the side of the street of boxing. If you ain't on that side of the street, I care nothing about it. Just being honest with you. Just being honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't know how to kiss ass, and I don't know how to dick ride. Well, I don't know how to do that. My mother didn't teach me that. I don't know how to do that. Just let you know. But let's see. He say Tank finally want to step up and fight Loma. Seriously doubt it. But Loma absolutely schools this Tank. But let's see though. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. We have 184 people in the chat, and we have less than 100 likes. Let's go over here though. Let's read this article. You know I had the receipts, right? You know I had the receipts. Some people think are you using clickbait? No, this ain't no clickbait. I got you right here. Gervonta Davis could finally have a pay-per-view opponent to silence the doubters. I seriously doubt it. But let's continue. As you can see, this was written by World Boxing News. Now, this is where they got this from. Lightweight champion Gervonta Davis could finally have an opponent to silence his detractors. Because, I've been one of Tank's biggest detractors. I've been one of Tank's biggest detractors because I feel like he's 27 years old. He's being babysitted. They got him in the witness protection program, and he's only fighting in-house fights and stuff like that. But I will say this, I had to back off of Tank. I'm gonna tell you why I had to back off of Tank a little bit, because his promoter, his handlers, Floyd Mayweather Promotions, Floyd Mayweather said that I don't believe in making another promoter rich. There's a plethora of fighters that Tank Davis can fight over here with Mayweather Promotions and PBC. Mayweather Promotions and PBC is like one big happy family. You know what I mean? So when you see Al, you see me. I am the PBC. You know what I mean? Yada, yada, yada. I remember when Floyd used to fight for under Oscar De La Hoya. Golden Boy. A lot of dudes who are fans of Floyd Mayweather, they didn't know that. A lot of people who fought fans of Floyd Mayweather now, they think that Floyd Mayweather fought under the PBC banner. No, he didn't. This is how I know you a fanboy. You don't know. He didn't fight for the PBC. Al Heyman was his manager, his guy, his advisor, so to speak. You know what I mean? They did business directly with the networks, but for a little while, Oscar De La Hoya was promoting a lot of quite a few of Floyd Mayweather fights. Few of them when he left Top Rank. Just food for thought, right? Let's continue. Now, as a ruling to face George Kambosos Jr. awaits later this year, Davis and his team are looking into a clash with Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, I don't know where they got Davis from, but let's continue. Davis, who faced criticism for battling Mario Barrios, who is Keith Thurman, is going to fight this. Keith Thurman is going to fight him in February, right? And I think that fight is $79.99. They want $80 for that fight. Good luck with that. And Isaac Cruz, in his last two pay-per-view offerings, now has a firm pound-for-pound option. According to who, guys? According to trainer Calvin Ford, Lomachenko is the #1 target. Is it according to Floyd Mayweather? No. Is it according to Leonard Ellaby? No. Is it according to Tank Davis? No. We haven't heard anything from Tank Davis. It's according to Calvin Ford. Let's continue. Shout out to Puro Sul Central. Hold on. Sorry about that, man. I got the wrong sound effect. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam! Super chat on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. He say, "Darn right, coach. Yes, sir." He say, F Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, man. Yeah, let's see. Let's finish looking at this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're old to the channel, subscribe and hit the like button. We have over 200 people and less than 100 likes. Let's continue. Now, dude say it's a fake story, coach. No, it's not a fake story. It's not a fake story. This is from Calvin Ford. He did this interview. It's not a fake story. Now, you might not believe that the fight is going to happen. That's one thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the story is not fake. This is not a fake one. It's not a fake one at all. Let me go ahead and read it though. But it said according to trainer Calvin Ford, Lomachenko is the #1 target. Now, this is an interview that Calvin Ford did. So unless there was a fake Calvin Ford who did this interview, this is not a fake story. This is a real story. Calvin Ford actually did do this interview. He said, "We're waiting on that fight with Lomachenko. It's going to be a chess match." Ford told ES News. This is what he told the #1 PBC D rider. What the dude named Ellie Setback. Ellie Setback liked that dark meat. He liked to ride that dark. He dick ride everything PBC. Him and what the dude named Boss of Us Nesta Gibbs. But Ness doesn't do it to the level of Ellie Setback. Ellie Setback has no shame or dignity at all. He don't mind reverse cowgirl, one leg up. From the let me stop. He says I don't know if Loma would take the chances that he will with Tank, but that's a mega fight to tell you the truth. So this is Tank's trainer. You know what I mean? It's a fight that people have been waiting on, right? People do want to see that fight. I don't know what Lomachenko's next fight is, but in 2022, it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a really interesting year for all of them, to tell you the truth, because they got to fight each other. Now, I totally agree with what Calvin Ford is saying. Unfortunately, Calvin Ford is not the matchmaker. Unfortunately, Calvin Ford is not the promoter. And unfortunately, Calvin Ford must not understand that Tank Davis keeps his mouth closed like a good little boy, and he does what he's told. So you'll never hear Tank come out and say, "This is why I want to fight that guy. I want to fight that guy." He doesn't do that. Hey, look, keep your mouth closed. Shut up. We gonna do the talking, okay? And that's what he does. That's what he does. This is facts, right? Now, Gervonta Davis, what they said, right? He said previously Ford had questioned the Loma fight when asked before facing Barrios. He said, ask yourself, why should we fight Loma? Now, this is what he said before the Barrios fight. I remember when he said this shit. I said, man, these niggas over there ducking. Anyways, right? He said when we wanted to fight him, he didn't want to fight us. He wouldn't even mention our name. And that's just real talk. So according to Calvin Ford, he said that Loma, this is where I got the title from, guys. He said when we wanted to fight him, he did not want to fight us. He wouldn't even mention our name. And that's just real talk. So he said that when they wanted to fight Lomachenko, basically he said that Lomachenko was ducking him. This is what Calvin Ford said. Let's continue. He said, go back and check the records. We wanted to fight Lomachenko, but they wouldn't give it to us. He kept saying, who is Tank? Tank is that cash cow now. He added. He go, this old motherfucker right here. I hate your ass with a passion. Oh, Bob Arum. Hate your motherfucking ass with a passion. Been hating you since the 80s, sir. Fuck you and everything you stand for. And anybody who, you know, I ain't gonna go there, boy, because boy, woo, almost got triggered just then. Let's see, we'll see what's up. So this is from Calvin Ford. This is from Calvin Ford. It is what it is. This is from Calvin Ford. He said Loma been ducking him. Oh my God, I know that's gonna get some. Shout out to Juan Ramirez for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, bitch, I always do what they're told. He said, bitch, is okay, yeah. It is what it is. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Once you sign that contract with the promoters, you are at the mercy of the promoters. It used to be that the promoter works for the fighter. Now the fighter works for the promoter. That, you know, but it's always been like that. It always been like, that's where the politics comes in at. He said, that's why AB slapped down. He said, that's why AB got slapped down, because he would speak for himself. Floyd has a gag order on Tank Davis, which is a shame because Tank should be his own man by now. Yeah, 27 years old. He'll be 28 this year. Should, you know, at some point you got to be your own man. He said if Tank steps out of line with Floyd, he's done. Okay. He says, Milwaukee Money says, Tank got to be careful. Loma would beat up Haney. Loma would beat up Haney too. No bias. Only way we're going to know that, they got to fight each other. See, this is the thing. There's nothing wrong with believing that. And there's nothing wrong with believing that, because I believe a whole lot of stuff as it relates to certain fighters and stylistically wise. But the only way we would know, we got to see these fights. That's why I saw Miss Dawn. Shout out to the Queen, Miss Fit. I didn't know you was here, Queen.
Hey, okay.
Salute to you. Let's see. Shout out to the Queen, Lil Green Eyes P. E Money says Tank is content, man. Yeah, he probably, more than likely, he probably is. He probably is just content. But I know, you know, but I know this is but I know this is I know this is this is just all bullshit, bro. Calvin Ford is Tank's trainer. I let you guys argue over whether you feel like Lomachenko ducked Tank when they wanted to fight, when they wanted to fight him or not. I let you guys argue over that. You know what I mean? But we do see that certain promoters cannot make certain fights happen. We see that Top Rank can't make certain fights happen. We know that for a fact. You know what I mean? And and also PBC can't make certain fights happen. So we know that, right? So there's a trend. I look at the trends. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe with the like button. If you're old to the channel, please hit the like button. If you're old to the channel, please hit the like button. Also, we have less than 200 likes in here. 260 people watching, less than 200 likes. We need 200 likes so I can open up these phone lines. So let's continue to press on. Boston George says that he said Mayweather did his job and helped Tank become a star. What does that have to do with the fights? What does that have to do with fighting the top guys? Sugar Ray Leonard was a star. He fought all of the top guys. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, he was so blackballed in boxing, nobody wanted to fuck with him. Top Rank didn't want to fuck with him. Don King didn't want to mess with him. Nobody wanted to mess with him. He had to sue. He had to get the United States government involved to force the promoter's hand. And that's the only reason why Bob Arum messed with him. Because they didn't want their neck. They didn't want that politician. I forgot who the politician was. Yeah, that's what happened with that. As it relates to that. So, you know, certain guys, you know, it's like, you know, I say all that to say this, you know, the politics that's going on in boxing right now is in my opinion, a disgrace. You know, hell, you know, it's got so bad to the point to where, hell, you even see fans of the quote unquote fans of the sport of boxing capping for promoters. I've never seen nothing like this for in my life. Never. You know, so it is what it is. I want to see the fights. Marvelous Hagler was a star. Sugar Ray Leonard was a star. They fought each other. Roberto Duran was a star. He fought the top guys. You know, stars fight the top guys. Well, at least that's how they did it back in my day when I was coming up. They don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore. When I was coming up, the fans demanded to see certain fights. And we got them because of Don King when I was coming up. And whether it was a Don King had something to do with the promotion of the fight, or whether he forced a Top Rank or other promoters to step up to the plate and put together big fights, you know, whether he did it or he did directly or indirectly, it got done. Now we don't have that here. We don't have that here. We don't. So what they're doing is
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
this is what they're doing. Whole lot of, and I told you guys before, anytime you hear a promoter say that we believe in working smarter, not harder. Working smarter and not harder means we believe in cherry picking and fighting bums. No, we believe in ducking and cherry picking. That's what that means. We believe, when you hear somebody say, we believe in working smarter, not harder, we believe in ducking and cherry picking. That's what that means. That's what that means. Shout out to Lay Mansour. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said this ain't Bud crazy. Well, Blood dropped the gym this morning. Suggest y'all check it out. Yeah, I always check my brother Blood out. Terrence Crawford is crazy because he's not a good boy and he's not sitting down being quiet. I dare you rise up against Bob Arum. He was a lawyer. Y'all make me fucking sick. And I mean that. I'm not talking about everybody in the chat. I'm talking about these people who saying this dumbass shit. If they're subscribers, you can get the fuck off. I mean that. I'm talking about the guys who say that dumbass shit. Y'all, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Neither do you care. So I'm not here to appease these guys. Not today. Probably should have smoked some weed. When I don't smoke weed, you see me in my rawest form. Just imagine how I was when I was militant. When I was militant in the Nation of Islam, woo, boy, I was something else. He say, Deborah Booker said, whatever fight the fans wanted to see, Don made it happen. Yes, he did. Slim Reaper said, Roberto Duran started at 126. I think he went all the way to middleweight. Yeah, he went up. Yeah, did he go? No, I think he might have went to light heavy. Did he go to light heavy? Yeah, he might have went to middleweight or super middleweight, somewhere up in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, he beat Iran Barkley. No one expected him to beat Iran Barkley. Bro, if you know anything about Iran Barkley, he was a mother. No one expected Roberto Duran to beat him. Roberto Duran stopped him. In the late rounds, though. In the late rounds. Ms. Fitz says, no real men in boxing nowadays, just lazy cowards. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. He says, hey, so he said, why wouldn't they take the easy route and knock out Sean Porter? John B. Poetic said, Calvin Ford just talking, coach. Mayweather and Aaron would never sit to the table and negotiate. You hit the nail right on the head, John B. You're right about that. John B., you're right about that. You're not about that. That's why I just all just bullshit. George Jake says, capping for promoters and TV networks is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in boxing. Bro, I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. It's truly disgusting. YouTube channels. Wow. Woo, 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 woo. Let's continue. Yeah, but stars fight the top guys. Stars fight the top guys. Dude, like the sport of boxing, the sport that I love, that I hate right now. I love boxing, but I have a love-hate relationship with boxing. I hate it right now. I hate it right now because of a lot of the shit that I see going on that I just don't, I just can't rock with. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. I want to open up these phone lines. We need 80 more likes so I can open up these phone lines. And I want to hear from the people. I want to talk to the people. That's what I want to do. I want to hear from the people. That's what I want to do. Any of my detractors, I want to hear from you. Shout out to CB3. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I mean, say fighters today fighters today following the rules of dodgeball. Duck, dip, die. Man, this shit right here, man, is disgusting, bro. He says Iran was a middleweight when Duran beat him. Yeah, bro, bro, Duran was a heavy underdog against that. Man, Iran Barkley wasn't nothing to be playing with, bro. What nobody, he wasn't nothing to be playing with. Man, let me tell you something, man. Bro. Let's see what you say. He says, there is $0 in fighting white boys with no belts. Number one. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, fighting white boys with no belts. I mean, I don't think that. If you're talking about from a marketing standpoint, I mean, I can't even say that because you got fighters who fight dudes with belts and there's literally no dollars in it. You know what I mean? It just depends on what your popularity is of a sport, in the sport. You know what I mean? What kind of fan base you have, how you've been promoted, how you're able to galvanize your fan base in order to get them to come, to pay for your fights to come see you. You see what I'm saying? What he say? He says, Coach, do you remember Razor Reddick? Yeah, Razor Reddick. I remember Razor Reddick. Razor Reddick, man. I think he was Jamaican, right? Razor Reddick he was known for throwing those vicious uppercuts. I remember Razor Reddick. Yes, I do. Slim Reaper, what you say, fam? He said, I spend all day watching the old fight. That's it. You want to see a good fight? Go watch the old fights. He said, I watched part 2 of Marvelous Marvin Hagler on Retro Boxing Docs the other day. Yeah, listen, Blood be putting together some good documentaries. He said, I knew Hagler had hair. He said, I never knew Hagler had hair. Hey, man. Yeah, George Foreman, Ron Lyle. We just don't get that, bro. Like, bro, we get a whole lot of, and then what's even more disgusting? What's even more disgusting is the fan base is different. The fan base that's in boxing today is different from how it was about 20 years ago. These, like a lot of these YouTube channels, they are a microcosm of their fan base. So, these guys run interference for fighters. They don't want to see fights. They make arguments. This is why we created the commandments, the 16 commandments. This is why I created the 16 commandments. I'm going to tell you the night we did it. We went live. When that was, guys, that was the King Kong Ortiz. No, that wasn't the King Kong Ortiz fight. That was it was a fight last year. We went live on that fight. Was it, I think it was Teofimo Lopez and George Cambosos. We went live last year in the fight. I think it could have been the Canelo. It could have been the Canelo Plant fight or the Crawford Porter fight. When I was live, I was high smoking some weed. I had a couple drinks, and I was talking to everybody in the chat, and we started coming up with commandments. I think Karma Serene was there, Shan was there, Lisa was there, Arlette was there. We started coming up with commandments like, what we should not, thou shalt not do this and thou shalt not do that. If you want to be a fan, of the sport of boxing or be a subscriber. And we started coming up with all these, and this is how the commandments came about. The commandments came from the people. The people. You know what I mean? The people. Shout out to the Queen Deborah Booker.
Hey,
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. Shout out to the Queen Deborah Booker. I appreciate that. He said, he said, what you say, the hell with it? He said, the hell with it, Coach versus Leonard. Yeah, man, and me and Leonard, hey, man, Leonard my favorite promoter. Sarcasm is something else. He said that's a dumb comment. He said, when has Tank ever fought a black fighter? You know what? I mentioned this before. Bad shit crazy. I don't think Tank Davis has ever fought a black fighter. You know, I can't say he has never, because I haven't, you know, I got to see the pictures of the guys who he's fought. But black fighter, white fighter, Latino fighter, Chicano, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? If you are a champion, this is my criteria. I'm from the old school, born in the 70s. My mentality is different from a lot of these new booties that's watching boxing now. My criteria is this. If you say that this guy is an elite fighter, my fighter, Godzilla, God damn it, he better be fighting King Kong. See, once you as a fan, or once you as a fanboy tell me that your fighter, he does all of these angles, and this guy, my fighter destroyed this fighter, and Tyson Fury will beat this guy, and he don't even have to fight him because we automatically know he'll beat him, and Lomachenko will beat this guy because we don't even need to see him fight, and Canelo will beat that guy because we don't need to see them fight each other because we automatically know Canelo will beat him, and Tank will beat this guy because we know Tank will beat him, or Errol will beat this guy. He don't need to fight. See, when y'all see, that's the problem I have with this shit. Didn't used to be like that. You have certain fanboys of certain cliques and crews, like you jump right in the middle, get in the way, and make reasons why the fight shouldn't happen because of what you already know or believe in your mind, what the outcome will already be without the guys even fighting each other. Whoo! I've never seen any shit like that. But listen, hey, don't forget to hit the like button, man. We got less than 200 likes. We have less than 200 likes. We need to hit the like button, man. Let's get those likes up. We need 200 for me to open up the phone lines. I just, maybe because I'm too old school, I'm 48. I might be old and played out. Yeah, that's how I used to be. About 20 years ago, and before that, yeah, man, we don't do that no more. That's over with. You focusing on the past. This is the new age now. We got Twitter. We got Twitter now. You said this is the new age, right? And I get it. I get it. It is what it is. I get it. It is what it is. I'm not with the new age. I can't. There's certain sides of the fence I don't want to cross. There's certain teams I don't want to be involved with. There's certain thought processes and ideologies that I just don't want to have any affiliation with. I'm saying for me. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. If this guy is who you say he is, goddamn it, prove it to me. I want to see him fight this guy. I'm tired of you fighting Julio from the local pub. I'm tired of that. Leave the bombs to me.
But this bomb is taking the easy matches. Fight another bomb.
Let me take the easy matches. Let me cherry pick it up the cherry tree. I'm not an elite fighter. I'm a 48-year-old Black American who has a YouTube channel, and I have my business as well. My business is doing very well. My fitness business is doing very, very well, really good. You see what I'm saying? So, that's it. A fan of the sport of boxing. I just want to see the fights. That's all I want. I want to see the fights. That's it. You see what I'm saying? All this other shit. It's strange to me. It's strange to me, and I can't relate to it. And this is the thing, though. They look at me like I got 9 heads. I be over here talking, saying, listen, man, this is what I want to see. Man, you crazy, man. Why you want to see King Kong fight Godzilla? Shit, I want to see King Kong fight the Care Bears. Did you see how my fighter destroyed the local cab driver? We automatically know what he'll do to an elite fighter. I'm like, yeah, but he's not fighting elite fighters. He don't need to fight elite fighters because he just beat up an Amazon delivery driver yesterday. And we saw what he did to him. So just imagine what he'll do to such and such. Well, man, I want to see the fight then. No, we don't need to see the fight now. We don't need to see the fight. Just take my word on it. I be saying, Coach, Tank is not fighting an elite fighter. All cherries. He said, Coach the bus driver. I can say Coach versus the bus driver. He said, Coach, I believe Bud has his smoking gun already locked and loaded that no one has yet seen. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. All I know is a lot of the so-called fans of him turned on him. And a lot of those who hated him, they love him now. Yeah. Marvin Hagler was hated like that, though. Marvin Hagler, a lot of motherfuckers, they didn't like Marvin Hagler. He was hated like that. He just kept beating ass, though. Marvin Hagler just kept beating ass. That's all he did. Listen, I don't give a fuck about y'all not liking me. I'm just going to beat whoever they put in front of me. And he wanted all the smoke. Different day and age now. Different day and age now. You know what I mean? He said, Adam, I know, but he funny. Different day and age now. Let's see. I want to open up these phone lines. I want to talk to the people. We got to get the likes up. We need 49 more likes in order to get to 200. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Yeah, you know, if you're an elite fighter, I don't want to see you capping for your fighter if he ain't fighting no goddamn body.
But this bum is taking the easy matches. Fight another bum.
He said, Coach, which one is more of a probability? Tank versus Loma or Kambosos versus Haney? I would say Kambosos versus Haney would be more probable than a Tank versus Loma. That Tank versus Loma fight would never happen in life. Waiting on the Tank to fight Lomachenko, that'd be like, hell, if you believe that, that'd be like you believing that Crawford and Spence are going to fight each other. That shit ain't going to happen. Told you guys that last year, that shit ain't going to happen. And I told you why. So there's certain shit that I see. I look at this is what I do, guys. It's simple. I look at the trends. What is trending? Not necessarily on YouTube with YouTube channels. A lot of YouTube channels, they're gonna do what they do. You know, it is what it is. But I'm talking what's trending in the sport of boxing as it relates to the business aspect of it. I look at the trends and based on the trends that I see that's coming from the Mauricio Suleimans, the Eddie Hearns, the Bob Arams, the Al Haymans, the Lou Diabellas, just based on the trends that I see going with those guys, I pretty much know what the hell gonna happen. It's very, very simple. It's very simple. And it's really not that hard to figure out, to be honest with you. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Let's continue. He said, but the ones that have turned will not buy his fights, Coach. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anthony Evan, what you say, family? Say Hagler had to be working on construction sites when he had belts. Yeah. Well, I think once the 80s hit, and once he became the champion again, once he became the champion, I think that he ended up quitting that job. He said, shout out to the Queen Misfit. Shout out to the Queen Misfit. She say, facts. A fan never turns on his favorite fighter. He was only their favorite fighter as long as he stayed in his place and kept being the yes or massa. Yeah, for the most part. Keep your mouth closed, don't say nothing, and just do what you're told. That's exactly what's going on. And that's how I feel about it. I get it. Let's see. I'm about to get me some. I should have smoked some weed before the show started. I really don't have a filter today. When I don't smoke no weed, I am, I got to smoke weed to keep you guys from seeing me. You know what I mean? But let me say, Paul, I am smoking and passing to myself. Yeah, it's like, what you say? Look, shout out to the Queen, little green eyes people. What you say? You smoking some of that sticky icky, huh? What you doing?
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Yeah. Hagler, he said Hagler ran 7 miles per day every day for 25 years like a drill sergeant in Marine Corps. Man, listen, man, that dude, I got Hagler on the wall right there. Probably gonna have to put him back here, put him in the back. I'm gonna have to put him in the back right there. I'm matter of fact, I'm gonna move Hagler, put him right there, and move probably move Tyson, put Tyson over there. That's what I'm gonna do. Best of the best says Tank resume is simply the worst, coach, and his pay-per-view numbers aren't impressive. Either 500,000 or better in pay-per-view buys make you a superstar, coach. Basically, I'm gonna break down to you basically how they're doing with what's a star in the sport of boxing or not. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Also, if you're old to the channel, hit the like button. I want to open up these phone lines. What they're doing is, basically, the motto is this. If you make a profit on a fighter, they will call that fighter a star. You see what I'm saying? So basically, let's say, hey man, we're gonna give you $1 million. What we are going to report on the public record. They're getting paid more than that, of course. But we're going to give you $1 million on record. Mario Barrios, we're going to give you $500,000 on record. But you're really going to get like $1 million on the, $1 million. But we're going to, report that you're making $500,000 to the sanctioning bodies. And we're going to report that you're making $1 million to the sanctioning bodies. And then the rest of your money we'll put in like in a Roth account or a Rob's account. And we'll give you, weekly a stipend on the rest of your money. That's yours. We just didn't give it all to you up front. And if they make a profit on that fight, we only gave them like $2 million, and we gave this guy $3 million for the fight. We did 200,000 pay-per-view buys. The fight generated $80 a pop. The fight generated, 16 million, something like that. Yada 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 yada. So you know what, man? God damn, we only get paid the fighter $3 million. Once the networks and satellite companies get their cut, promoters we get our cut. You know what I mean? Shit, we made a good profit. And then the live gate merchandise, and so they'll say that's a star because that event, that fighter was a success because they paid him a low entry fee, a little bit of money up front. You know what I mean? So a low guarantee, and that's what they call a star. Me, I come up in the pay-per-view star era, so I know when they go to talking about this dude, the star, the superstar. I know that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? She said, inside medicine, coach. Yeah. He said, Hagler would beat any at 160 or 168 fights right now. Yeah. He said, Elijah said, good question. Is Bud's career over? If his career is over, then, he made his money. He made, he's an 8-figure guy now. He made his money. He's 38-0, 29 knockouts. He's going to the Hall of Fame. 3-division world champion, unified champ, undisputed. 2-time fighter of the year. He's going to the Hall of Fame whether you like him or not. I'm not talking about you, but whether you like him or not, there's nothing going to stop that. So if his career is over, then it's over. It is what it is. Life goes on. Shout out to the Queen Isabel. She said, I'm on the verge of putting a plug on boxing. Yeah. Zuami says that pay-per-view isn't what it used to be. Lots of illegal streams. It's not even that. Pay-per-views is not what it used to be because pay-per-views used to be an event. Pay-per-view used to be an event. When you used to have pay-per-views back in the day, they used to have fight parties and people come over to your house and people got excited about it. Now the pay-per-view model now, you have certain, the PBC, we're going to put everything on pay-per-view. You don't put non-pay-per-view fights on pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying? Like, and this is what killed pay-per-view, in my opinion. This is what killed it. John B. Poetic said, we haven't seen Tank in a 50-50 fight yet. No, that's true. He has never been in a 50-50 fight. That's true. Shout out to my man Mark Nash in the building. Hey, okay. Shout out to Mark Nash. Mark Nash say, 32 likes, man. Y'all hit the like button. Yeah, man, y'all hit the like button, man, so we can open up these phone lines. We have over 300 people watching this show. Less than 200 likes for me to open up the phone lines. Shout out to the Queen, Bless 365. Yeah, so he hasn't really been in any 50-50 fights. Now, I will say for Lomachenko, he has been fighting the top guys. He has, bro. He has 15, 16 fights, 2 losses. He got 2 losses on his resume, but, and they still talk about him like he the greatest of all time. Lomachenko, according to ESPN, is the greatest fighter that ever put on a pair of gloves with 2 losses. And the guy who hasn't had a loss, who's 38-0 with, 29 knockouts, he all right. I'm gonna just leave that out there. Give you something to lay on your brain. He said Don King used to do some killer pay-per-views. Yes, because he used to have stacked cards. On a pay-per-view fight with Don King, you're going to have 5 championship fights on that card. You ain't gonna have no on the fights with Don King that he did. You're not gonna have no Canelo fighting Caleb Plant, and then Shawty Big Nuts fighting Hobo Sam. George Snotty's Nose fighting Buckwheat. Chicken George fighting Sally Mae. No. You're gonna have You're gonna on Don King's fight card. You're gonna have championship fight, the main event, co-main event, a championship fight, the fight under that, a championship fight, the fight under that, a championship fight. You're gonna listen. As soon as the prelims, as soon as the door opened, the venue sold out already. It's sold out, and I mean when I say sold out, you know how like Shelton told me he went to a Tank Davis fight, right? And they had the prelims on, right? The undercard, and the arena didn't look that crowded. So right when Tank was finna get ready to come on, the arena was packed, sold out. In a Don King promoted fight, I'm saying when he was in his heyday, the prelims, all the seats would be packed and filled up because that's how and that's what these promoters went away from. All of them put on. That's what they went away from. That's what they went away from. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is. So they just throw everything on pay-per-view because they don't have the money to pay the fighters, because the fighters want a whole lot of money. Dude, we ain't got the money to get you, but what we're gonna do, we'll throw it on pay-per-view, and then you can get it from the muscle from there. Get it from the muscle, and we'll see the fans gonna pay for that. Ortiz did less than 25,000. Him and Charles Martin. That shit was terrible. Terrible. Tank did 52,000. Him and Esau Cruz did 52,000. That was terrible. You see what I'm saying? Leonard Ellaby, they refuted it, but they refuted it verbally, but they ain't showed no records yet. These are terrible numbers. You see what I'm saying? Crawford doing anywhere from 135 to 190. Him and Sean Porter. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is pay-per-view used to be an event. Pay-per-view was for mega fights. Regular championship fights should not be on pay-per-view. Pay-per-view were for mega fights. Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Sugar Ray Leonard, Wilfred Benitez. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. What my main man is, Tommy Hitman Hearns versus my main man Hagler. Tyson versus Holyfield. George Foreman versus Muhammad. Pay-per-view were for mega fights, not just regular fights. Not just regular fights. That's what it was for, and that's the problem. That's what it is. So what happens, and that's what it is. So it's kind of like it's watered down now. It's watered down now. We don't get the mega fights, and that's what it is. And to me, that in my opinion, that's the transition where we at now. We need some of these promoters to die off. We need some of these promoters to take a dirt nap and don't come back. Just being honest. We need 17 more likes. We need someone to take a dirt nap. You know what I mean? So, what he say? He says, exactly. That means somebody money ain't right. Yeah, somebody money ain't right. So they gotta, hey man, we gonna put it on pay-per-view, man, and make it do what it do. Let's see. He says, less than 25,000 sales on pay-per-view is brutal, coach. Yeah, that's brutal. Used to be proper night meeting up whoever had to fight. Yeah. Things have changed. See, you remember that. Things have changed. A lot of these guys who are in boxing now, they don't know. A lot of these guys who are in boxing now, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Yeah, what you say, Misfit? You say it was almost like the Super Bowl. Yes, it is. Almost like the Super Bowl. So I want to talk to you guys about another story that came up, right? I want to talk to you guys about another story that came up. A lot of people, as you can see right here, hold on, let me go to this video first, though. Keith Thurman right here, so-called dropped the bombshell. Basically, Keith Thurman said that, remember I told you guys, I said that, I told us I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. I said that the Crawford and Spence fight, that fight ain't happening. And I dropped the video, did the show saying, Crawford, you need to stop chasing Errol Spence, move on. The boy don't want to fight. Remember that? Remember I had dropped that video. So, in this particular video, Keith Thurman is basically saying that he is fighting in an eliminator, WBC eliminator match with Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios, who's having his first fight at welterweight, and Keith Thurman, who's been out of boxing for over 2.5 years. He's saying that this fight that he's having with Mario Barrios is going to be a WBC final, a WBC eliminator, right? That's what he said. And basically, he's saying that whoever wins that fight, the winner out of Ugas and Spence are going to fight each other for the WBC strap. This is what Keith Thurman is saying, right? I don't know how true this is, but this is what he said. This is what he said in his interview. I advise you guys to check it out. As a matter of fact, I'll let you guys hear it because I don't want to assume anything. I'll let you guys hear it.
Terrence Crawford, right now, the way that I'm seeing schedule-wise,
hold on.
You know, he fought Porter.
Let me do this. Let me do this, guys. Hold on. I want you guys to hear it. You know me. I like to come with the receipts. I don't, saying it and letting you hear it because I can't assume that you guys heard it already. I can't assume that. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna open up these phone lines once we get to 200. Let me see where we at. Well, let me go in and do this first. Let's connect. Okay, here we go. I want you to hear with your own ears, right? Here we go. Tell me what you think.
Crawford, right now, the way that I'm seeing schedule-wise, he fought Porter in probably mid to late November. You're fighting first week of February. Let's say you're victorious over Barrios. Everything goes according to plan. February 5th. Crawford doesn't have an opponent. Could that be next for Keith Thurman in the summertime if the opportunity was presented?
Well, I would have to say right now it doesn't seem like it's on the list. And I'll explain why.
Okay.
The reason is my bad.
So basically, just ask him about. I'll let you hear it. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. If you're old to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. We have over 300 people and less than 200 likes. I want to open up these phone lines, and I want to talk to the people.
That little,
I didn't hear.
little dead phone. I got 20% to go. We got
Okay, so
time to talk.
I'll go quickly, but just if you can go ahead and give me your thoughts on Crawford.
I love the fight. I love facing these undefeated welterweight champions. I want the belts. But it might not have been announced. You seem like you're a little unaware.
Listen to this, what he's saying.
But the WBC approached me for a weigh-in check. And I said, why is the WBC approaching me for a weigh-in check? I don't hold the WBC title. Mario Barrios doesn't hold the WBC title. They have no right to check my weight. Unless this fight, February 5th, is a title eliminator.
Oh.
Which I knew there was a small possibility of being on the.
So he's saying unless. So we basically saying because the WBC wanted to check his weight, he's assuming that, they asked to check his weight. He's been out of boxing for over 2.5 years, that this is for a WBC title eliminator. Why is that a title eliminator when Bruce Ennis is number one in the, well, I guess eventually they're going to have to fight Bruce Ennis, somebody. Is number one in the WBC? I have no idea. Was it Bruce Ennis or Virgil Ortiz? I think it's one of the two. I have no idea, but let's continue.
So if it hasn't been fully announced, this is my way of announcing it. They've been coming at me. If they want to stop checking my weight, if they're going to do something else, they're going to do something else. But everything in boxing is done for a reason. And I know that the only reason why the WBC can request such a thing weeks prior to a fight, where's your weight, champ, is because this fight will be a 12-round title eliminator for the WBC. So whomever holds the WBC title later this year is most likely who Keith Thurman will be fighting. And I look forward to that challenge. I look forward to that opportunity. And then after that, we can talk about other champions.
Okay,
but
so
if it
So basically, you got it from his mouth, Keith Thurman's mouth. So according to Keith Thurman, whoever has the WBC championship belt, the winner out of Ugas and Spence, there won't be no Crawford fight. He's not with Top Rank anymore. That's not the excuse anymore. Nah, that ain't happening. I'm telling you guys. I told you guys this though last year. I said I'm gonna give you tomorrow's news today. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna open up the phone lines, but I'm gonna go a step further. Cause y'all might be feeling, oh man, this nigga just talking. Man, he ain't say that. He didn't say that. He just talking. He just capping. He said a whole lot of stuff. He ain't say he just talking. He ain't shoot a plethora of videos telling, already saying that what's gonna happen and this and that, this and that, this and that. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that. This is my playlist. As a matter of fact, let me share my playlist. This is my playlist. Let me go ahead and make it big so you guys can see it. This is my playlist. Let's continue. This is my playlist. Listen to my videos.
Unknown
guys.
caller.
Hold on. Got a call coming from Georgia right now. Caller going to call back. I want to show something. This, as a matter of fact, let me open this up. Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's dirty.
Hey, listen, I'm on live right now, man. I ain't noticed. I'm on my YouTube live, little bro, man. Let me hit you back when it's over with.
Okay.
All right, for sure. Hey, sorry, that's my little brother. I ain't know it was him. Hey, yeah, where does Crawford go from here? I talked about it there, but let's go to last year. Let's see. I dropped the video. Giving you the lowdown. Let's see, giving you the lowdown. Drop the video. That's King Kong Ortiz. Let's see. Let's continue. I got a whole lot of videos now. It's over here though. It's over here, and I'm just basically saying right here, Terrence Crawford. Here you go right here. Here you go right here. This it right here. This it right here. I want to show it to you. It's just all about. You got this video right here. As you can see the title, Terrence Crawford, please stop chasing Errol Spence. The boy that want to fight you, move on. December the 16th. I said it here. I said it prior. Right? Whether you believe that or not is irrelevant. I'm not here to argue the semantics. But basically in this video, I was just basically saying this fight ain't happening. It ain't gonna happen. You got a better chance of seeing a polar bear fight a grizzly bear in the summertime in the state of California. It's not going to happen, right? But what I did, I went a step further, though. I said, okay, let me go over here. Vasyl Lomachenko did an interview as well, right? Vasyl Lomachenko did an interview as well. He says, WBC President Thurman Barrios is an official eliminator, not final. So I think this is Vasyl Lomachenko. I'm playing cleanup right now. Vasyl Lomachenko, my favorite sanctioning body, Vasyl Lomachenko has a lot of fans. As a matter of fact, hold on, it's some super chats I missed. Shout out to Jamie Nieto. Let me go over here, man. Hold on, let's get it right. Shout out to Jamie Nieto. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I've been saying this. Spence is not fighting Bud. If Spence wins, he's going to end up fighting the winner of Thurman. Winner out of Thurman. Not Thurman Ugas, you mean Thurman Barrios. Yeah, I said that over there too. Said that. The handlers, it is what it is. Shout out to Ride on the Storm. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, can it be the winner of Thurman versus Barrios will fight the winner of Ortiz fight? And then the winner of Spence? Man, could it be? It could be a possum. If the possum beat the raccoon would end up fighting Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury would end up fighting Matilda Gorilla. Matilda Gorilla will end up fighting Yogi Bear. And then if Yogi Bear end up fighting Boo Boo, and then then Goku fight. Could it be? Bruh. Woo! Hey, the phone lines will be open in a minute. I just want to read this for you guys. We do have the likes. Please continue to hit the like button. According to Mauricio Suleiman, he said Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios will have more work ahead regardless to who prevails in their upcoming clash. BoxingScene.com has confirmed that the upcoming February 5th showdown between former titleists will not serve as a final title eliminator. The bout will come with WBC sanctioning, though not the guarantee that the winner will have a clear shot at the unified welterweight titleist Errol Spence. It's an official WBC eliminator, not final, according to Mauricio Suleiman, as you can see right here. Longtime WBC president informed BoxingScene.com in clarifying the matter. Rumors of Thurman Barrios serving as a final eliminator originated from an interview that Keith Thurman did. It may have not been announced, which you see, they just quoted what Keith Thurman said. I just let you guys hear that. Just letting you guys see that. Now, according to Mauricio Suleiman, he said that Thurman wasn't completely off base, though misinformed over what is at stake for the winner. Sanctioning bodies habitually approve requests for fights to serve as eliminator bouts, often as means to position fighters one step closer to challenging for the title. Only when the WBC is controlled by PBC. This is how sanctioning bodies work. Like promoters, you may owe a sanctioning body, you may owe a promotional company a favor. They pay a little bit of money to the sanctioning bodies. Hey, make sure you make this fight happen. Make sure this happen next. This is how it works. WBC, we be crooks for a reason. It's true. WBC, IBF, WBA, all of them work this way. I have receipts on top of receipts. I'm gonna do a whole show on this, showing you receipts for all of you fans of Mauricio Suleiman and fans of promoters. I'm gonna do a whole. I'm gonna break your back on this, right? So now it's only the WBC or similar organizations declare a fight as a final eliminator when the winner can expect to next face the reigning title holder. So we don't have to read this whole thing. This is the article here. I will drop the link right here so you guys can get it. Let me drop the link right here. This is what's going on. So anybody who has a breath on this Crawford Spence fight is not going to happen. Told you this last year in multiple videos, at least 6. I understand the trends. It's not going to happen, right? I just honestly feel that way. Let me put the phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. That's how I feel about it. It is what it is. VA, he said, Coach, you got guys on the chat promoting the zone. Clowns. It is what it is. Light Walker says, Suleiman has no shame. Suleiman is a businessman. He only cares about the bottom line. How much you paying me, Bob? Okay, I'll do this. How much you paying me, Al? Okay, I'll do this. Who you want me to move here? Okay, I'll do that. How much you paying me? And that's what it is. That's just, bro, I'm going to show you the receipts. Don King was one of the best at it. Zuami says, any idea who Jamal fighting next? Phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. I have no idea. Hold on, let me see. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, this is VA Money.
VA Money, yes, sir. With the link read, where you calling from, fam?
Well, you said where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I'm calling from Virginia. Well, actually, I'm in Maryland now.
Oh, okay.
But I'm from Virginia.
All right,
obviously, that's what VA.
Caller from VA,
right,
man.
so,
What's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
So you said earlier that Tank ain't never been in a 50-50 fight. That's actually wrong. I think Tank has been in probably almost he's been in about 2 50-50 fights.
Can you name
it? All right, so Jose Pedraza. That was the one. That was the first.
That
and
wasn't
then,
a 50-50
the
fight to
Walsh.
me.
Oh, okay, so what determines a 50-50 fight is the betting line, right?
Okay.
So after hindsight, you blew the guy out. So of course, no, that wasn't a 50-50 fight, but it was actually Tank was an underdog in that fight. He was a 2-1 underdog going into that fight. At one point, I think I might have been 5-2. So then Walsh, when he fought over in London, when he fought in England, that was a 50-50 fight as well. Obviously, he iced the guy as well. So this is on his ascent to stardom, but those are considered 50-50 fights. And to be honest with you, like I said, the title fight against Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza he beat the other guy. I forget the other guy, the short black guy with a cock eye. He beat him, and he was an undefeated champion going into that fight. So Tank was actually an underdog in that fight. That's one. Two is you're stating facts, and I'm not going to call you a hypocrite, but your people in the chat are making you seem like a hypocrite, right? So you got guys talking about PPV buys and talking about pay-per-view is over, the zone's taking over. Like when you look at your commandments, that's caping for fucking promotions.
Caping for,
right?
caping for, absolutely. You know right on the
yeah. But that's what they're doing in your chat though. That's what guys are doing. I'm not putting this on you, but this is what this is the landscape of boxing. Yeah. This is the landscape. This is the landscape of boxing today.
Yeah, today.
Clown ass fucking fans who don't want to see fights.
Yeah.
Right? You calling them out, and they're nodding their heads like yeah. But they're the guys who are in the chat talking bullshit about this fighter, bullshit about that fighter. You guys are talking about Tank and Loma's bullshit. Don't say Tank and Loma's bullshit. Say that you want to see that fight. You know what I mean? I want to see that fight.
Yeah,
that's the biggest fight at 135.
I want to see.
All right, so let's support that fight. You know what I mean? Always talk about this is bullshit. No, let's see that fight. You know what I mean? Listen, Tank gets punched in the face for a living. He's not scared of no fucking body. You know what I mean? And you don't get to say that he doesn't want to fight another guy for a couple $1 million. None of us do. All right? Maybe Mayweather's he got some resentment against Bob Arum. Maybe there's some politics or whatever. That's between those guys. I don't know about that.
That's strictly Mayweather.
I don't know about that for a fact.
That's strictly Mayweather because he did say that they're not going to they're not going to fight, make another promoter rich. It's really not Tank. It's really not Tank. It's really Mayweather. I think the only issue that I have is, I had an issue, but I don't anymore, to be honest with you. But it's real because Floyd Mayweather cleared it up. He said, "Listen, man, we have Tank. He's going to fight the fighters on PBC and with Mayweather Promotions, and that's it." I told guys on this show, I say Tank Davis' next fight is going to be Roland Romero. I'm giving you tomorrow's headlines today. I said that last year, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be his next fight, Roland Romero.
Yeah. So that's good. So they're going to continue to, not to discuss the money, but the market is going to determine that in order for Tank to have the career that he wants, he's going to have to fight the fighters that we want him to fight. That's how this works. Not about, you know what I mean, talking shit about him. It's just don't buy the fucking fight. That's it. You know what I mean? If he has people buying his fight, then we don't even get to criticize him like that. I mean, we do get to criticize him, but it's not going to do anything because he doesn't need it. And you kept talking about like back in the day, fighters fought each other. That's actually not the case. Fighters did not fight each other. What happened was there was more of incentive for certain fights to happen because there was less money being kicked down to the fighters. You know what I mean? Like you shout out Don King. That you're actually one of the first guys that I've heard on this YouTube boxing shit to shout out Don King. Don King is the greatest promoter ever, right? Because he gave you the fights, right? But like now, where fighters are empowered, they're getting paid anyway. So there's no incentive to fight, up and coming killers and shit like Boots and stuff like that. But there were guys like Boots in the 90s that didn't get fights. Eubanks didn't fight James Toney. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not.
Like, there's a lot of fights that didn't happen.
I'm not saying that every fighter fought every fighter. What I'm saying is, back in the day, a majority of those big mega fights, a lot of those fights did happen. I'm not saying every mega fight, fight that we ever
You're talking about Don King. You're talking about Don King making his fighters fight like
King,
Dana
Bob
White.
Arum, because they had to. They had to. But listen, thank you for calling in, brother. Thank you for sharing that with me. We got other calls calling in, okay?
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Shout out to VA Medic calling from Virginia, man. Yeah, a lot of those fights we got. We got those fights. You know, I understand what he's saying because they had to fight because it wasn't, you know, they wasn't making as much money. No, a lot of those fighters was making a lot of money, especially once Don King came in the game. But what I'm saying is the mentality was different. The mentality was different. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, guys, hold on. We got a lot of those fights. So I can't hear who this is. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This young Billy Boxing, man.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Sorry about that, brother. What's your name? Where you calling from, fam?
Hey, this young Billy Boxing. I'm from Houston, man.
Young Billy Boxing. What the link read, fam? What you want to talk about?
Man, I want to talk about this Tank versus Loma happening, and I want to be optimistic, coach. But in my Matumbo voice, no, not today. Yeah. Look, Ronnie Shields, who's real close to Al Heyman, told me yesterday. He said that Tank has a exclusive contract with Showtime, and that ESPN is with Lomachenko. So he said the likelihood of that happening in 2022. And keep in mind, this guy talks to Al Heyman damn near every day. He said that it's 90% chance it's not going to happen. And I want to believe it. And see, what you said, coach, is 100% accurate. I'm sure Calvin Ford does want Tank to fight the best. I'm sure Calvin Ford does want Tank to do what they do. But when you got your guy that you're promoted by, your CEO and Ellaby saying, we're not worried about nobody else. We're keeping our fights in-house here in the PBC. We're making our money in-house, and we're going to match him with who we think he's ready for. You know, you got to remember, Mayweather said that they'll wait Lomachenko out. They said that multiple times. That you can pull up any article out there. If you want to go do some research, you'll see that.
Years ago. Years ago. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they said they'll wait 4 or 5 years. It's been 4 or 5 years since he beat Pedraza. And about the 50-50 fight stuff, Pedraza was a close fight in the betting odds. I betted on that fight. I betted on Tank. He was not the underdog in that fight. If you place the bet on any major betting publication, he was not the underdog. And that Leon Walsh fight was not a 50-50 fight, bro. I don't know what these guys are talking about.
I would see when he said that. The reason why I didn't say anything because I would have to see one thing I do right. I like to pull the receipts.
Man. Yeah.
When I go back and pull the receipts are going to tell me if what my brother VA Money told me was true. The receipts are going to tell me that. I like to go back and pull up the receipts, and that's how I like to do it.
Let's do that, coach. And if you don't mind, I might pull up a receipt and put it in the chat too, so people can see what I'm saying. That Leon Walsh fight was not nowhere near 50-50. I promise you that, coach. I betted on a lot of these fights. I betted on Tank versus Pedraza. That was close to even money, but still, Tank, by the time the fight started, Tank was the favorite. And he was a relative unknown. But the betting odds still had Tank ahead. I promise you that, coach. That's the closest thing to a 50-50 fight he's been in 5 years, though. So, I mean,
that was 2017, right?
Right.
18,
coach,
17,
21, 22. Yeah. How long we gonna keep milking this Pedraza win, coach? And Tank is one of the most talented guys in the sport. For how long are we going to be milking this Pedraza win? Coach, this is ridiculous. Now we need to put the pressure on making Tank and them fight. We need to start, putting the pressure on Ellaby and Floyd and making them fight. Every time a mic is in their face,
top rank too, because they do a lot of their in-house fights as well because they have all of the pretty much the lightweights. I remember Bob saying that, hey man, Devin Haney signed with the wrong promotional company, even though he's not signed with no promotional company. He has his own promotional company, but because he won't become a top ranked fighter, he won't, he's basically telling you ain't gonna fight nobody over here unless we want that to happen. So
Agreed, coach. So if every time we get a microphone in front of Bob Aaron, what's up with Tank? When you gonna send an offer if Tank is ducking? When you gonna send an offer if you feel like Floyd and them don't want nothing to do with it, call they bluff, send an offer. Tell them that you turned it down. Like you said, coach, we need to start putting pressure on both sides because this is BS. This is the same thing that's happening with EJ. Every time we get a microphone, we need to be, Bud Crawford, or nothing. Nothing. We shouldn't accept nothing else, coach. We the bosses of boxing. And this right here is BS. It's BS.
Hey, Young Billy, man, thank you so much for calling. I'm gonna have to pull out the commandments, man. I'm gonna have to pull out the commandments.
Thou shalt not, what you say, fanboy?
Yeah, hey, I'm pull that up. Hey, I gotta pull out the commandments, man, because watch y'all, it's a whole lot of commandments being broken today. Hey, Young Billy from calling from Houston, man. Thank you for calling in, fam. Shout out to my brother Young Billy from Houston, man. Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, listen. I'm telling y'all, bro, what's going on. Between the promoters, the networks, the sanctioning bodies, bro, it's a dirty game, bro. It's a dirty game. And I don't mind it being dirty as long as you was giving us those fights that we were getting, when I was coming up throughout the 80s and the 90s. You don't get those fights now. And even in the early parts of the 2000s, now you don't get that. I totally disagree with the brother who said that we wasn't getting those fights back in the day. No, sir, I totally disagree with that. We're just going to agree to disagree, sir. We're going to agree to disagree on that, VA. I totally disagree with you on that. Wholeheartedly. I have receipts on top of receipts, on top of receipts, on top of receipts, on top of receipts that I can show. And as a matter of fact, you just gave me the title to a show that I'm going to do. Not only am I saying I'm going to prove it to you. Taking notes right now. I'm gonna prove it to you. Now, did we get every fight? Like out of 100 fights, did we get every? Let's say if it was 100 major fighters in the same divisions or whatever the case may be, did every last one of them fight each other? No, not every last one of them, but about 90% of them fought each other. And I'm gonna show you the receipts. So when you said that, I totally disagree with that. Totally disagree with that, brother. And I'm gonna show the receipts. I'm gonna let you. When you call, even if I don't agree with you, I'm gonna let you talk, say what you got to say, and that's it. I'm not gonna debate with you. I'm gonna let you say what you got to say because everyone has a right to voice how they feel, their opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what this show is all about. This show is not about you have to agree with me. We should be able to disagree, and agree to disagree, and it is what it is. But I'm glad you said that. And I'm gonna probably get with my brother Retro. I'm gonna get with my brother Blood too. You know what I mean? Writing it down right now. And I'm gonna do a comparison. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do a show on it. I'm gonna do a comparison and prove my point. It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to show it. I'm gonna show it. We definitely gonna stream that. Absolutely. We definitely gonna do a show on that. Oh, Young Billy say, thanks for letting me call in. Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Phone lines is open, man. 530-494-9636. Phone lines is open. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button as well. Hit the like button as well. The phone lines is open. The phone lines is open. They open. So this is what's going on. This is what's going on, right? I think, as it relate to Tank Davis, Tank is a phenomenal talent in the lightweight division. I definitely want to see Lomachenko fight Tank Davis. I want to see these top guys, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen, bro. It might happen now, maybe because of what's going on with this lawsuit. Some stuff might happen now, but caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? But I doubt it.
Fernando, Coach Malachi from New York.
Fernando from New York. What the link read, fan? What you want to talk about?
I got a question. Why does Keith Thurman always act like he doesn't know what's going on when he knows exactly what's going on?
Well, Keith, you got to understand, Keith Thurman, this is how he promotes. Like this is what Keith Thurman is doing. I'm finna tell you right now. Keith Thurman has a fight coming up with Mario Barrios, right? So Keith Thurman, right. He has pretty good oratorical skills. Keith Thurman is saying, you know what? Let me interject myself by saying, hey, this fight is going to be a WBC eliminator, and more than likely, whoever wins this fight is going to be fighting for the WBC championship. So he's trying to make this fight with him and Mario Barrios seem more important to maybe galvanize the fans to say, oh, let's buy this fight because this is going to be a WBC eliminator. And then Mauricio Sulaiman had to come back and clean it up and say, yeah, it's an eliminator fight, but it's not a final eliminator. My question to you, Fernando, is this. Mario Barrios just moved up from 140 pounds. Keith Thurman has not fought in over 2.5 years. How was this?
Mario Barrios got stopped by a 135 pounder. Tank is really a 135 guy. I don't think he could definitely be competitive at 140, but I really think he's a 135 guy. And it's weird that Keith Thurman's a warrior. He's a unified champion at 147. He has the WBC and the WBA straps. But when they asked him about Jerome Boots Ennis, he could have just said what he said about Earl early on. He could have said, oh, he's a young pup and he's got to wait to go up the ranks and, get into a mandatory position or something like that. But instead he says he didn't know the guy. Then he's saying the WBC injected themselves into this, but the fighter has to petition with the sanctioning body in order for a bout to be eliminated bout. He said they came to check his weight or something like that, but it's really the other way around. You requested them, and they probably approved your request, but you had to petition with them at first.
Right. Well, man, that's all Keith doing. Keith got a fight coming up, and, he's just trying to make it seem, basically they're charging $75 for this pay-per-view, so they're trying to get people to buy this fight. Good luck with that, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, you my homeboy Keith Thurman is from my city. Well, not from my city, but he's from the Bay Area, where I'm from. Good luck with that pay-per-view, my brother. Shout out to you, Fernando, for calling in. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. All right?
Take care, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Take care, Coach.
Phone lines is open. Phone lines is open, man. Phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. Slim Reaper, what you say? He said, Coach, I would love to, open up the panel. Yeah, I would love to do that. But the thing is, these trolls, they like you got to show your face. If you're going to come on my show, you got to show your face. This is not the Jerry Springer show. As a matter of fact, the reason why I don't do that, because a lot of these open panel platforms on YouTube, there'd be a lot of cursing, a lot of disrespect. I don't tolerate that. I will get your ass off here in a minute. These people say we having a debate. Well, a debate is when you talk. You let the other person say what they got to say, and then you come back with the rebuttal. A debate is not yelling and screaming, calling people bitch ass nigga. I want to do this, I'm going to do that. We don't do that over here. So this is not the Jerry Springer show over here. I like the phone calls, and this is why I don't open up the panels. And people be showing dick pics and stuff like that when they want to come on. So I like to let people on the panel who I know versus who I don't know, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Rick, San Antonio. What's up, Coach?
Rick from San Antonio. What the League Read, fan? What you want to talk about?
Hey, what's up, man? So, Barrio Thurman, no, I'm not paying for that. I'm not going to come out of pocket for that. When it comes to the Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis, that Calvin Ford had mentioned that they would be interested in fighting him, and they're waiting to fight him. I mean, that one, I'll believe it when I see it. Right. He may have that in mind. He may have that in mind, in my opinion. And I'm not doubting what he's saying from his perspective. But when it comes to the decision making, that's going to have to go through Ellerby and Mayweather. So who's in his? Who does? I guess what it boils down to is, who does Tank value more when it comes to taking in information? Who's in his ear that he really, you know what I mean? Because from the outside, we always see Floyd, but how much pull does Calvin really have when it comes to pushing Tank Davis in a certain direction, So I think that's more of an in-house thing. That's something that they're going to have to work out, because Floyd's saying one thing, Calvin's saying another. That's something they're going to have to work out, but I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think Tank would have an issue fighting anybody at the top, but it's his handlers. It's his handlers. Yeah. So I'm not going to knock Tank at all in this regard. Now, if this fight, by some miracle, was to happen, I would favor Lomachenko, only based on the opposition at 135, because Tank's kind of bounced around. He's not really settled at 135 yet. He hasn't fought the Linares, the Fortunas. There's no real way to gauge him at 135 right now, in my opinion. So for him to go straight to Loma after fighting a guy like Isaac Cruz, granted that was a higher weight, but when it comes to technicality, skills, as they say, there's levels in this shit. So, That's my opinion on that, man. I think it's like Floyd said, they're going to try and keep it in house. I would be really surprised if that fight came off, or anybody, even if it's Haney. Shit, Kambosos, I'd still be surprised. Bob,
Bob,
but we'll see what happens.
But thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you so much. Rick calling from San Antonio. Thank you, fam, for calling in, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This platform here, man, everybody should be able to have an opinion. We should be able to, to talk civilized. I think Tank Davis will fight anybody, to be honest with you. Me personally, and the reason why I like to see fights, the best fighters fight the best fighters, because the only way we're going to know, again, my motto. If you telling me that this guy is pound for pound, or he's one of the best fighters in the world, or he has all of these skills and he passed the eye test, then if you're telling me this guy's King Kong, he better be fighting Godzilla. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. We're going to limit the calls to 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. We got a lot of calls calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is VA, man.
VA, what's going on, fam? What the league read? What you want to talk about?
Hey, so when betting lines are released, they fluctuate, right? They fluctuate greatly. Mm-hmm. They don't fluctuate that much, like the last caller was talking about. So Tank was as much as a 2-to-1 underdog at one point. I'm not going to argue that. You can look it up. Mm-hmm. All right. So next, everybody's talking about Tank is ducking this guy. Tank is not fighting this guy. These are all facts. Tank is not in any big fights. I'm not supporting that, bro. What I'm saying is this is the landscape of boxing. Kambosos is supposed to fight Haney. Why is he not talking about Haney? He's talking about everything else but Haney, right? Lomachenko has lost to Teofimo. Lomachenko has lost to Orlando Salido. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Lomachenko has ducked Devin Haney. So do we want Kambosos and Lomachenko, specifically Lomachenko? If we know Lomachenko is never going to fight Devin Haney? Is that what we want? Devin Haney said he will fight Lomachenko for no belts right now. He said that. Him and his father said that. Lomachenko, when Tank said something about Lomachenko, the very next minute, there's some kind of weird-ass interview where somebody talks about what Tank said to Lomachenko, and Lomachenko responds immediately. Lomachenko never did that with Haney, bro. You never hear him talking about Haney. You know what I mean? And that's the guy that has his belt. Mm-hmm. He had the WBC belt. Now what does he have? He went and put a French fry on his belt, and he tried to run to Teofimo and backdoor Unify and all this other mess. This is how weird boxing is. When we don't want to discuss that, we're talking about Tank. Tank ain't even got a relevant belt. There's pieces moving in this division where we're in a position where we can actually get undisputed. And we're talking about Tank not fighting somebody. Tank ain't fighting nobody. He hasn't been fighting nobody. Tank his biggest name at 135 was what, Gamboa or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? And of course, that's bum. I don't support that. Nobody supports that. That's why he's not bringing in any revenue on his fight. But now people are saying that Devin Haney's not fighting nobody either. Okay, so make Lomachenko fight him. You guys are worshiping Bob Arum. Secure Stevenson wants that Lomachenko will smoke too.
And you got to wrap it up, bro. You got to wrap it. Go ahead, other calls calling in.
Okay, well, so all I'm saying is that I'm not trying to defend a black promotion. I'm not trying to do that. But be balanced. Okay, Tank is not fighting nobody, but nobody's fighting. Nobody is fighting. Nothing is happening.
No,
all right, that's it.
No, you make a valid point. Shout out to VA, man. Shout out to VA money, man. Shout out to VA money. And this is what, and he make a valid point. And this is what's going on, like as it relates to just the politics of how things are going. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, he said I just think Retro Martin Nash. Yeah, absolutely, man. I get blood. I had blood. As a matter of fact, it was me, Blood, Martin Nash, and Lady Shan. We they popped up on me, man. We did a show. You know what I mean? We did a show. I think that was last week. I think it was last week. You see what I'm saying? So we definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna have to get with them and ask them, can they come on the show, man, and we could do a panel and just all four of us just chop it up and just talk boxing. But I have to get Blood on here when we talk about the old school fighters, the mega fights that we've gotten, and comparing it to what's going on right now today. I got to bring him on here as well, man, because Blood is a boxing historian. He knows a whole lot about the sport, a lot more about the sport of boxing than I do. I know a lot, but he knows more than I do. So anytime someone know more about something than I do, I like to listen and learn from them. And all you got to do is just study. You know what I mean? And he put the work in and the time in. So I really value his thoughts on a lot of stuff. There's a couple of guys I would love to do a panel with. You know what I mean? Let's see. Snow Reaper says, I don't think Kambosos will make that sort of effort again like he did with Tio against Tio. I saw the Eliminator fight before the Tio fight. Kambosos lost that fight. I think he did anyways. At least you think, you know what? I didn't see that fight, brother, to be honest with you. Phone lines is open, 530-494-9636. If you're new to the channel or old to the channel, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. He said you could do it. He said you could do some shows with each other and move and do some move and do their channels too, which opens up others too, bro. Yeah. I'll go on other people's shows. I used to be on I used to do a lot of people's shows when I first started, different platforms and stuff like that. I kind of cut back on it. The reason why is because there's a lot of how can I say it? I want to be as there's a lot of bullshit that goes on with that. Not from those channels, but what happens is, let's say I'll give you a perfect example. I've been on a Punch Drunk platform before, right? I've been on Punch channel before, right? I didn't really know a whole lot about who Punch was, you know, what type of person he was, you know, a lot of the racist shit he said in the past. I didn't know anything about. People told me about it, but you know, I was like, man, you know, this could just be some shit from people who saying that this is who he is, this is what he is, yada 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 yada. And then somebody who was close to him sent me a video. They sent me a video, and what happens is people will think that because they see you on someone else's platform, oh man, that they down or he support everything this person is for. I have a certain like morals and principles that I go by. That you know what I mean. And you can't rock with everybody because everybody ain't for you like that. You know what I mean? Like Mark Nash has a damn good channel. I fucks with Mark Nash. I would love to go on his platform. You know what I mean? I would love to go on Mark Nash's platform. I would love to go on. I've been on Ring IQ platform before. Been on Lady Shan's multiple times. Retro, I got to get on my brother's show. You know, whenever he do one, but he don't. Retro do a lot of pop ups. You know what I mean? So you know, I've been on the Boxing Voice before. And me and Nesta Gibbs, we don't see eye to eye on nothing. But I've been on his show before. So you know, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So I've been in it long enough now. I know who the real good channels are. You know what I mean? I know Mark Nash is a good channel. His shit funny as hell to me. It's so crazy shit on there. Major Key, been on Major Key, got some powerful interviews on Major Key. And Glenn reached out to me. I fuss with Major Key, man, because of what he what he did for me by helping me even like grow my channel by allowing me to come on his platform. Major Key. A lot of people don't like Troy, but you know, Troy, you know, so I know the good solid guys, Sporting Icons, down there in the UK. I've been on Punch Perfect Boxing's platform. So I be on other people's platform. I just try to stay away from the drama show platforms. I've been on Fred Barbershop Conversations. You know, I rocks with Fred. I know a lot of people don't like Fred, you know, but he's all right with me. So I'm the type of guy like this here. I have, and this is not on no YouTube shit. This is like in real life on the streets. Even on the streets, I have friends that I'm cool with, but they don't like each other. You see what I'm saying? So I got a friend over here to my right. I've been knowing this dude 30 years. I got another friend over here to my left. I've been knowing this dude about 15, 20 years. They rock with me, but they don't rock with each other. So if I'm with this guy, I know, you know what, he don't fuck with this guy. So I ain't even finna try to make oil and water try to come together, and vice versa. And a lot of that, and some of that, that's what goes on. And you know, that's what goes on YouTube. But I love to go on other people's platforms. You know what I mean? I love going on other people's platforms. I have no problem with it. You know what I mean? I just saying with the Jerry Springer shit. I'm not with we gonna be yelling at each other. You know, I went through that shit on Sharon's show one time, and what the nigga from Tennessee, nigga from California, the nigga H Money, yeah, him. you know, he got shooters, got his brother in the background. He gonna do this, bitch ass nigga. When I see you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You know, I ain't with all that. I'm not with all the Jerry Springer shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type of guy, if you tell me you're gonna do something to me, I believe you. The only problem with that is I believe you. So that's a play on words. You know what I mean? Ask an old school person what that means. I just say that. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Bless says I respect Coach because he doesn't try and choose a side. Yeah, no, I ain't choosing. No, we ain't doing that. Cause see what happens. I'm gonna tell you what happens when you choose a side. When you go to side choosing, I'm gonna give you another example. When I was a teenager, I was bad as fuck. I had a friend of mine, he passed away not too long ago. He was one of the baddest, meanest dudes that I know. My homeboy, you know, I can say his name. I'll say his name. He's not here anymore. My homeboy named Willie Nelson passed away, right? But he was a motherfucker. Probably one of the most violent guys I've ever met in my life. In a good way. And this is not taking a dump on my brother. I love that dude. Now we had our differences. In the past, but I used to get into so much stuff back then that dudes that he wasn't enemies with, he had to become enemies with them because I was beefing with them. So it was like, you know what? This my homeboy right here, but I ain't got no problem with this dude. But because he got a problem with him, I got to now have a problem with him now. Even though he did nothing to me, that's between those two. You see what I'm saying? So when I see what's going on now, I try not to involve myself in certain things that don't concern me. If it ain't none of my business, I don't get involved in it. You see what I'm saying? I see who everybody is. I know who they are. I know their position. And so that's where I'm at with it. You see what I'm saying? And I don't just try not to get in contact with the politics of it, to be fair. So if you don't rock with a person, doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to rock with them. You know, and some people may be like, well, I don't like them. And if you rocking with them, I ain't going to like you no more neither. Okay, well, cool. Yeah, that's what so be it. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it myself. But that's why I kind of like backed up off of, that's how I kind of like backed up. Because it was like a lot of shit going on, man. Shout out to Chick. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, thanks for letting me speak out the other day about Wicked Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. He said, I love helping him with promotions back in the day. You the man, Coach. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Chick. Shout out to you, Chick. You got one Mr. Ham, he says, I had to unsubscribe from ringside. I haven't been on ringside yet, but I've been on Maestro Boxing. And listen, once I start seeing the Jerry Springer show, I'm done. Once I start seeing the Jerry Springer show, I'm done. He said, with one jump, all jump. Oh, bitch ass nigga. When I see you, I'm gonna do this. Shut up. I got shooters, homie. Yeah, man. That shit funny to me. And I'm just too old for the shit. Like, you got some dudes, a lot of dudes that's my age on YouTube. Some of them are a little younger than me. Some of them are older. I'm like, from a mentality standpoint, I'm just not there, dog. I'm not there, to be honest with you.
You wish you could work it the way I do.
You know what I mean? I'm just not there. You know what I mean? I'm not there. So when you tell me something, I'm gonna believe it. The only problem is, I believe you. Talk to an old school person. Put it this way. Talk to an old school person. Find your grandmother or your grandfather, your old uncle, whatever the case may be. Say, you know what, man, I was listening to this dude YouTube channel named Coach Malachi, and he said that when somebody, and you gotta understand, I was a lieutenant in the Nation of Islam, trained by Minister Kareem Abdul Muhammad, trained by Captain Samuel Muhammad. You know, my grandfather Sam is out of New York. They from Harlem, right? They from the First Resurrection, came out of Mosque number 7, right? So my mentality is, this. When someone threatens me and tells me they're going to do something, I believe every word that they say. Right? So just talk to somebody from the old school and ask them, say, man, this dude said that when you threaten me, I believe you. But then he turned around and said, the only problem for you is that I believe you. And ask them what that means, and they'll tell you what that means. VA Money said, he said, who is Oscar Valdez fighting next? Hopefully, VA Money, Oscar Valdez, hopefully we can get Oscar Valdez fighting goddamn Shakur Stevenson. That's the fight I want. Oscar Valdez fighting Shakur Stevenson. And I'm betting the whole house on Oscar Valdez. I mean, on Shakur. I'm betting the whole house. I'm betting the whole house on Shakur. I'm letting you know right now. Let you know right now. You know what I mean? I'm letting you know. I'm betting the whole house on Shakur. So I like Shakur all day, every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Not a fanboy of Shakur at all, but I just like him. I think he's a very talented, phenomenal guy. And he's young. He hasn't been in the wars that Oscar Valdez has. Oscar Valdez has more experience than Shakur. He's all of that in the bag of chips. I'm taking the less experienced guy from New Jersey. That's who I like. That's who I like. You know what I mean? So, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Eliza, what you say, family? He said I like this channel because he never took any of my ideas or opinions and used them for his thoughts, as in to get credit. Shout out to the Queen, Bless. What you say? Say me too, Coach. Shout out to the Queen. You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Hey, shout out to the Queen, man.
Like I said, Terry Crawford got to come across the street.
Hey, man, listen, man. Hold on. Let's see. What else we got? Mark Dan says Shakur is talented. Okay, yeah, he is. He is. He's very talented. He's very talented. You know what I mean? She said Shakur about the Spark Valdez. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just like Shakur over Valdez. I like him over Valdez. That's my personal opinion. Now, the only way we're gonna find out, they gotta fight each other. I want to see the fights. I'm not, again, I'm 48, guys. I'm not the guy that's going to be stopping fights. Well, this dude don't need to be fighting this guy because my fighter, we automatically know what's going to happen. No, we believe what's going to happen. The only way we are going to be in the know, action has to take place. See, the only way you're going to be in the know, action has to take place. When the irresistible force meets an irremovable object and they come together in class as titans in the middle of the ring, as Don King would say, once that fight is over, the outcome of that fight will tell the story. The outcome of that fight will tell us if what we believe was true or what we believe was false. But what I'm not going to do is argue why the fight shouldn't happen. And that's a lot of the shit that I see that's going on. You got these fanboys, they be arguing why, well, my fighter's the greatest fighter of all time, and he don't need to be fighting this guy. And well, this guy's the #1 contender. This guy is the leading champion. I don't care nothing about that. He don't need to be fighting my guy because we automatically know he's going to win. Well, how do you know that? You don't want to see the fight? No, I don't want to see the fights. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on, bro.
You're begging me not to leave you, and I refuse to let you go.
Ain't nobody coming to see your team. Yeah, you know what I mean? Shout out to Coach K, man. Shout out to Coach K. He says, "I'll salute, Coach. Yes, sir. Let's see the fight. I got you, cool." That's all I care about. I don't care nothing about the semantics. I don't care nothing about, who you're from. I don't care where you're from. I don't care nothing about, oh man, we represent Mexico. We got the Mexican flag. I don't care nothing about, we got the American flag. We got the European flag. And over here, this guy is this, and he don't need to be fighting that guy. See, I want to weed all of that out over here. That's why we got 16 commandments. And that's why I say that, we only want people who love the sport of boxing more than they love a particular fighter. That's what this channel is all about. We ain't on no fanboy shit over here, bro. You know what I mean? We hate fanboys with a passion. With a passion. Really though, ain't that's right, man? Ain't that's right?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yeah, ain't nobody coming to see you fanboys. Nobody. Nobody. You know what I mean? If you don't want to see the fights, man, then you go watch darts. You know what? I'm thinking about starting a dart channel myself, to be honest with you. No, but go watch darts or shooting marbles. It's a comeback sport. Anytime, if you are a fan of a comeback sport, you want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. Boxing is a comeback sport. I am a fan of the sport of boxing. I love the sport of boxing. You see what I'm saying? And I, as a fan, just like you guys in the chat, should want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. Because that's what I'm used to seeing growing up. That's what I'm used to seeing growing up. So I can't compromise that. And we should be able to disagree. Have your little disagreements. I ain't got no problem with that. Phone lines is open 530-494-9636. Anthony Lopez says for only having 9,000 subs, your lives do very well, better than other subs. Some of those guys have I ain't gonna say no names, but some of those guys have bought subscribers. Some of those guys, there's no way, and I understand analytics very well, and it's very easy for me to find out who was who, because I have a software where I can literally look at a channel's subscribers and see exactly where they're coming from. That's why you can't fool YouTube, because they know. Because every subscriber, every sub has an IP address. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, I mean, like some of these guys, 130,000 subscribers, and they, you know, just know what it is. I know it already, but I ain't gonna knock another man hustle, man. So be it, and so be it. Shout out to my main man Mark Nash. Let me go ahead and shout out to Mark Nash. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "What do you think?" He said, "What do you think of Oscar now saying Maul has earned the Canelo fight? Do you agree, Oscar? You talking about Oscar De La Hoya? What do you think of the timing? Yeah, the timing. Yeah, see. Listen, this Terrence Crawford lawsuit is opening up a whole lot of doors for fights that normally wouldn't be made. They're going to be made now. This law, and then everyone who jumped out the window and feel some type of way, it pulled back the covers on everybody. I'm looking at people like, you know, I got a little dog named Cookie. You know what I mean? You know, Cookie sit back and look, turn her head to the side. I'm looking like, what? God damn, that's how you, shit, I didn't know you had that in your heart. So it's opened up a whole lot of doors. You know, I'll just say that. The timing of it. I'll just say that, to be politically correct. And, you know, I get too fussed about being politically correct, to be honest with you. I really don't care. Roberto Flack said the timing is interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Zawami says, I'm still one of the few that thinks AJ can beat Fury. I mean, the only way we're going to know is, listen, and there's nothing wrong with believing that. But the only way we're going to know, my whole thing, Zawami, is this. There's nothing wrong with believing who you think is going to beat whom. We need to see the fights in order to get verification of what we believe. There should not be promoters, in my opinion, and I understand boxing is a business, but there should not be promoters saying, fuck what the fans want. We don't care nothing about the fans. Leonard Ellaby, Aaron has said it on occasions. And then they flip-flop. I don't want to hear that. That's why I get too fucks about promoters. I am an equal opportunity hater when it comes to promoters. I don't give a fuck about the white promoter. I don't give a fuck about the black promoter. I don't give a fuck about the Latino promoter. I don't give a fuck about the Asian promoter. Equal opportunity. Give two fucks about them. If you ain't giving us the fights that we want, F you and your promoters. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. Jonathan Ramirez says they calling out Loma because they know he looking for the belts. Also, Loma says anything, Mayweather will come out with, we only fight PBC fighters. Well, he already said that. Listen, Jonathan, this is why I'm saying I understand this is what Calvin Ford said. That's why I told you guys in the beginning of the show when I read the article. This is what Calvin Ford said. This is not what Floyd Mayweather have seen. This is not what Leonard Ellaby is saying. This is not even what Tank Davis is saying. The actual fighter. This is what his trainer is saying. I'm not the guy that say, well, you know, he's on this team this way. He's saying this, so this how Tank must really feel. No. I need to hear what the fighter is saying himself out of his own mouth. If he don't say it, it don't really, you know, it don't really hold any salt water to me. You know what I mean? Shout out to Magic Keep Boxing in the building. He said, bro, I have too, buddy, and I can see channel subs per day too. When their numbers are 100, 200, 300, you're buying that. Because it's not natural to even get even numbers like that every time. You talking about even numbers? No, it's not natural. Yeah, I have TubeBuddy too. TubeBuddy is a good tool. I've been using TubeBuddy since January. I've been using TubeBuddy for a year now. I've been using TubeBuddy for a year. I don't give a damn who the promote is. I really don't care, to be honest with you. He said Pauline. Oh, he's talking to Pauline. Okay. Bon Scott say easy to call a fighter out. Just make the freaking fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? And especially coming from a trainer. You know, coming from a trainer, and it's just not happening, man. He said rankings should dictate fights. Well, the rankings can be manipulated. Unfortunately, the rankings are just as corrupt as everything else in boxing. Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head, John McSmith. You're right. Listen, if I sign with Top Rank right now, if for enough money to pay Mauricio Suleiman, I can get in the rankings right now. And what he say? He said the merch. Imagine walking around Liverpool in that shirt. Literally though, you see what I'm saying? Literally. So here you go. She said, Coach, I'm about to hit 10K. Yeah. Things of I really appreciate that. Bless. I really appreciate that. The people came out and support. Yes, I'm doing that right now. He said, I'm doing that right now as we speak. I'm doing that right now as we speak. And this is why, guys, this is why I do this. Hold on. See, this is why we made that. Bless, I think you was on that live too. We had fun that night. We had fun that night, boy, when we did that live and we came up with these commandments. We came up with the commandments, the people. We came up with these commandments from the people, man. Bro, listen. This, as a matter of fact, hold on. We came up with these commandments, and the reason why I probably got to start showing these commandments every day, because we get new subscribers all the time. And let me show you guys something. The 16 commandments from the boxing gods. This some real shit, dog. Like, this some real shit. You see what I'm saying? This some real stuff right here. Let me go ahead and do this. The reason why we had these commandments, because if you ever see that you find yourself in error, if I ever see that I find myself in error, I look at the commandments. Oh man, that was some fanboy shit you just did, man. You got to check yourself. I rebuke it. I rebuke thee. I rebuke thee in the name of the Holy Father. Backeth the way, fanboy. Backeth away from me. Like, I want to put the cross up. Backeth, and hit it with the holy water. Bam. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. You know, because we gotta. You know, I want to cleanse and purge. You know, the channel of that. If we have that over here. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I do, right? So now, I came up with these commandments, me and the subscribers. I forgot which fight it was. I want to say it was the Canelo fight or the Crawford fight. It might have been the Crawford fight. Might have been the Crawford and I know it was in November. It was either the Crawford. It was either the Crawford and Porter fight or the Canelo Caleb Plant fight. It could have been that fight. We came up with the commandments. I was high. You know what I mean? I think I had to blow like two jisms during the show. When I do my live shows, I actually smoke on the show when I do my live shows. But yeah, man. So I remember that we did that together. Me and the people. And listen, if you are a journalist or you're acting in the role of a journalist, a content creator, we are like journalists. Yeah, we don't have jobs with CNN and all that stuff there. And me, I don't have press credentials. I can get them, though. I can get press credentials. I don't have press credentials, but I will get them. But, you know, when you are a journalist and you're supposed to be covering the sport, you are supposed to be objective as possible. You're not supposed to be subjective. And what you have with a lot of your favorite channels who've been around a long time, I call them the old I call them the old crusty niggas that's been on the block for a while. I call them the old new media. The old new media has been bought and paid for. You're going to see like channels like the Boxing Boys, no disrespect to Ness, shout out to Ness, but he's aligned himself with PBC. So there's nothing objective about him. It's pro PBC, right? And then you have some channels and some fanboys who line themselves up with Top Rank. They love Bob Arum, right? So there's nothing objective about them. You have some channels who line themselves up with the PBC. They love Al Hammond and the PBC. There's nothing objective about them, right? So now, when you have these three groups, you can't really listen to what they're saying because everything that they're going to say is going to come from their subjectivity of who they favor. This is why I don't watch. I started studying a lot of different channels when I first came out. I don't study them anymore. I already know what they're going to say. Figured you out already. You see what I'm saying? When you are acting in the position of a journalist that's covering the sport of boxing, the role of a journalist is supposed to be objective. You want to look for the truth, and you want to try to be subjective with it. I mean, objective as possible, right? Because the people who may come, you got people who don't do their own research, so they come to you to see, man, let me see, can I find the truth or not? And that's what's going on. So, again, I'm probably he said, yeah, coach 7 and 8 are kind of the same. Yeah. We're gonna do some modifications. 7 and 8. Well, really, it's kind of different because 7 is thou shalt not criticize a fighter for cherry picking when your favorite fighter is cherry picking, and 8 is thou shalt not condone an elite fighter ducking another fighter. So, you may have some fighters. Yeah, I see what you're saying, though. It can be kind of the same because if you're cherry picking, that means you're ducking an elite fighter. I get what you're saying on that, Mark. But some people may cherry pick certain fighters at certain times, and then you have some people may just outright they're not going to fight the fighter. You know what I mean? So, but I get exactly what you're saying, though, Mark. Like we have stuff like there's not fanboys for a particular fighter. I have been the victim of being attacked by several fanboys. Going on 13 months being on the show, 12 and a half months having a YouTube channel. I got threatened by the Deontay Wilder fan base. I mean the fanboys, not the fans, not the Deontay Wilder fans. But I got threatened by those guys. Those guys actually literally threatened me with violence, physical violence. I've been threatened by Tyson Fury fanboys. I've been threatened by who else? Wilder, Fury. I think that's it. I might have got threatened by some of the Canelo fanboys as well. But the two that jump out to me is Wilder and Fury. That's why I say Wilder fans and a lot of the Wilder fanboys and Fury fanboys, I say they one and the same. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I had to put that there, right? Thou shalt not D-ride for a promotional company or promoter. There's a whole lot of D-riding for Bob Arum right now. Top Rank. A lot of them jumped out the window, came out the closet, huh? Thou shalt not talk boxing without facts. Commandment number 5. Fanboys don't talk with facts, they talk with emotion. Number 6, thou shalt not get too emotionally invested in a particular fighter. If you are too emotionally invested in a fighter, that means you are a fanboy. That is the definition of a fanboy. Someone who is so emotionally invested in something, a fighter or a team, that you literally, if you cry after, literally, like I just seen, I was gonna say if you cry, but a lot of people do cry. I get it, you know what I mean, when you love your team. So I understand that. But I'm saying in boxing, though, in boxing. I'm not talking about football or basketball. I'm talking about boxing, right? Thou shalt not criticize the fighter for cherry picking when your favorite fighter is cherry picking. That is the definition of hypocrisy. Double standard, right? We don't condone elite fighters ducking another elite fighter by saying, oh, you know what? Well, my fighter don't need to fight Dillian White, because he made $5 his last fight. He made $2 his last fight. And he need to be grateful that my fighter is because he's a god and he need to bow down and be a good boy and shut his mouth. Yeah, you know what I mean? Fanboys, you see some of the most ugliest things come out of people's hearts. That's why I hate you fanboys with a passion. I am your open enemy. The commandment number 9, thou shalt not speaketh of back end money. There's no such thing as back end money. So why speak on some shit that is not true? We don't broke that down already. Number 10, thou shalt not tweet shit on Twitter for your favorite fighter. Whole lot of game banging going on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. There's a whole lot of crazy shit going on Twitter. Twitter is funny to me, though, to be honest with you. Number 12, thou shalt not speak of undisputed if your favorite fighter has the French fries belt, aka better known as the franchise belt. If your fighter has the franchise belt and he has 3 other belts and you're saying he's undisputed, guess what? You are committing blasphemy. Well, Mauricio Sulaiman said this. Mauricio Sulaiman said a whole lot of shit. Mauricio Sulaiman is a professional liar. This is why these guys who you say that are undisputed, they are not in the history books. There are only 6 undisputed fighters in the history of boxing in the 4-belt era. That's recorded in the history books. Number 1 is who? Bernard Hopkins. Number 2 is Jermaine Taylor, who beat Bernard Hopkins. Number 3 is Terrence Crawford. He was the 3rd one. Number 4 after that was Alexander Usyk. He was the 4th one. Number 5 was Josh Taylor. He was the 5th one. And Canelo Alvarez is the 6th one. What do those 6 champions have in common? Neither one of them have a French fries belt. It's food for thought, okay? Number 13, thou shalt only have permission to be a fanboy of an old school fighter. I had to modify this because, old school fighters, that's the only exception to the rules, right? This is the only exception to the rules. Examples are, you can be a fanboy of Muhammad Ali. I don't think no one will argue that. Sugar Ray Robinson, which is my favorite fighter. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, which I don't think no one will argue that. Sugar Ray Leonard. So the great Salvador Sanchez. Julio Cesar Chavez. Simon Brown, Ron Lyle, those guys. Nothing wrong with that. Joe Frazier, Smoking Joe, Pernell Whitaker, Azuma Nelson, stuff like that. Okay? Marquez. Nothing wrong with that, right? Number 14, thou shalt not race bait to push a personal narrative. I went to war with these race baiters. I bust all of that up, right? I got attacked a lot for that, but it is what it is, right? Number 15, thou shalt not have a victimhood mentality and play the race card. And I see the race card being played on the Latino side, the black side, and the white side. I can give several examples. I take notes. It said, thou shalt not have a victimhood mentality and play the race card when you don't get your way. Boxing issues are not always, all boxing issues not always race issues. That was a motto that I used to always say. Stop making all boxing issues race issues, because it's not. Not all. Okay? Not all. Some, yes, absolutely. Then you have those who don't want to deal with that, and that's fine, because they feel uncomfortable in their own skin. That's why. And number 16, thou shalt not violate any of the commandments under no circumstances. These are the commandments that all of our subscribers must follow in order to be a subscriber of this channel. It is what it is. And this is why we had to do that. We had to do that. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. We're gonna get this, we're gonna get this done. They say Malcolm X had the great Malik El Shabazz, he had an old saying he used to always say, if you throw a rock in a pack of dogs, it's the hit dog. If you throw a rock in a pack of dogs, it's the hit dog that hollers. A lot of times we throw shit out there, the person who get offended by it, that's the one who what you're saying is pertaining to. A lot of times. He said Ray Robinson was the best. Yes, the original Sugar Ray, my favorite fighter. Muhammad Ali's favorite fighter, Sugar Ray Robinson. Let's see. So, familiarize yourself with the commandments. You know what I mean? And we don't compromise. We don't compromise on that. This is the glue that keeps, these commandments, this is the glue that keeps this channel together. This is the glue, the 16 commandments from the boxing gods. This is the glue that keeps this channel together. This is the glue that keeps all us together, even myself. Right? And that's all it is. That's all. Shout out to Ron Boy Fresh, man. What's going on, man? Shout out to Ron Boy Fresh. You know what I mean? Slim Reaper said, he said, I got a 51-year-old here. He said, you got a 51-year-old here with a smile on his face over number 13 commandment. Ernie Shavers, yes sir, Sir Reaper, you're right about that. Ernie Shavers, yeah, any of the old school fighters. Any of the old school fighters. You know what I mean? Any of the old school fighters. VA, y'all have a debate in there. Man, VA Money Group, you debating in the chat, huh? VA Money Group debating in the chat, huh, man? But I see you, boy. VA getting it in the chat, man. Who you banging with, man?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
You know what I mean? who you banging with? Who you banging with, man? Who you banging with? You know what I mean? True.
To this day.
Yeah, man. Who you banging with? Who you banging with? You know, you know what? When they come over here and do all the filibustering, like I had this one guy last week. He called. He was just going. I was letting him talk. He was rambling, going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And you know what I said? And you saying all that to say what? You saying all that to say what, dog? You said you went all around the world, did the Tootsie Roll, the butterfly, the one leg up, the running man, the floss, the swoop. You did all of this shit. The walk. You know what I mean? You was twerking. You did the Cabbage Patch, the Reebok. You did all that shit. You said all that to say what? And they say it with vigor too. With vigor.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Really though. Say it with vigor too. You know what I mean? VA, you ain't there getting it in, huh? VA getting it in. I got my back up against the wall. I was just swinging. I was knocking out holes and all. I was fighting all of them. The bouncer tried to spray me with some mace, but I weaved it. Caught him with an uppercut. You know what I mean? VA, you know what dude in the club that just fighting everybody. Anybody want to get it? Anybody? Who else cutting up in the chat, man? Who else cutting up in the chat, man? Who cutting up in the chat, y'all? Who cutting up in the chat, man? Let me pay attention to the chat. Who cutting up in the chat, man? Oh, so y'all act like I got 9 heads.
You just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about?
Oh, now you know what I'm talking about now. Okay. Foreman versus Marciano. Oh, Foreman all day. I got Foreman all day. Too big, too strong. In the style. Hey, what is that? He said, Graham Taylor, the Toon Army, going to whoop you very soon. Yeah, hey, you know what? Hey, VA say he ain't banging on nobody. Who cutting up, man? Who else cutting up in the chat, man? He says on Josh Saylor kills till female 140. He better chill out. Let's see. Josh Saylor, yeah, I mean, that'll be, you know what? Both of them on the same side of the street, too. Both of them on the same side of the street. You see what I'm saying? So, meaning the same promotional company. So, Slim Reaper, what you say? He said, yeah, the Fury and Wilder fanboys on another planet. Oh, he said, your man ain't getting away with that behavior. Bless is a fan of Deontay Wilder, but she's not a fangirl of him. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between the fans and the fanboys and the fangirls. The fanboys were like, bro, I can show you some stuff, but they were sending me some crazy shit, boy. They was at me, boy. They was at me. But I wasn't backing down. I wasn't backing down. Lady Q says, she said, I cried the first time AJ was beating. Oh man, I got it. Hey, knock down 305. He say, they been at it all day, coach. But they been going at it. I'm telling you what it's gonna be. Bam, 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 Bigelow. But they be, boy, hey, boy, online, they be like, I'm telling you, boy, God damn it, boy, I can't. But sin, all caps, wait, all caps, hold on, all caps, wait, God damn it, boy, I'm telling you, boy, I can't believe that, boy, boy, I'm like, boy, this is, oh, man, Deborah Booker, shout out to the Queen, Deborah Booker. What you say, Deborah? She said, I believe that the fanboys are hateful in their own bias towards their own toward their own race. I guess you mean for their own race. I mean, everybody. Let's be honest though. Everybody has their own biases with their own people, their race. I mean, we are tribalistic by nature. You know what I mean? The wolf has bias with the wolf. The lions have bias with the lions. The rabbits have biases with the rabbits. I'm not just saying like comparing humans to animals, but sometimes humans act like that. You know what I mean? But human beings are tribalistic by nature. That's the natural order of law. There's nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. He said Julian Jackson and Hagler. Hagler all day. Julian Jackson didn't have a chin. Hagler all day. Hagler all day. And I like the Hulk. But against Hagler, I got Hagler all day. I got Hagler all day. Shout out to Bless 365. She said I came to Coach Channel with my back off against the wall. Hey, you know what? Hey, Bless. Yeah, I was going off one day. Bless is over here in the chat. And then Bless said something that made me laugh. Bless said something that made me laugh. And I fell in love with her ever since, man. Like, I generally got a lot of love from my subscribers, like Nick Rich and Karma Serene, Lady Shan, Lisa, Arlette, Deborah Booker. Now that we and her had a talk. It was a misunderstanding. I was going out. She came. Listen, Bless came over here when I was going to war with the Wild Ass and the Twerkinator Army. She came. Really, a lot of them was from the LDBC too. So I had to. It was. I went to war. You know what I mean? They were dropping. They was coming with helicopter gunships. They had Tommy guns. They were busting at me. And I'm like Neo in the Matrix. I'm like, okay, goddamn, boy, they shooting, boy. But I'm not busting back. And then Bless say, she said something about I was so petty. And it was so funny because, because I always had something to say and reply right back. I always got to get the last word. And I thought about it, right? I said, damn, I ain't never thought that I was petty. I said, you know what, man? True. I am petty. Hey, Bless the one made me realize how petty I was. I didn't realize how petty I was. To this day. For real though. Petty in the world. You think, what's your favorite trilogy boxing? What was the best? The trilogy, my favorite has to be Ali and Frazier. Ali and Frazier. Because all three of those fights were so close. Ali and Frazier. There was no lopsidedness really, back and forth. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll say Ali and Frazier. Yeah, I didn't know. It took me 47 years to realize that I was petty. It took Bless for me to make me realize that. I said, damn. I didn't know. At first, I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I had got offended, right? Then I thought about it. I said, damn, I am petty. And so I had to embrace my truth. I had to embrace my truth. You know what I mean? I'm the old tick for tat guy. You know what I mean? Like that's me. The old tick for tat. That's me. Well, I gotta get. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. He said, man, I don't know. If I had a gun to my head, I'd say Roy. Hey, Bless says our coach is like, you're right, I am petty. He said, Coach, you really petty. He said, you really petty. Bringing the same beef from 2021 to 2022. Yeah, I did say that. I said that we were beefing in 2021. We still beefing in 2022. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did say that. Hey, that was going overboard, though. That was going overboard. You know what I mean? That was going overboard with it. You know what I mean? So, Deuce Trey say LDBC equals some professional victims. Not all of them. I used to say the LDBC, like, paint everybody with a broad brush. But, like, you got KQKC, the singing OG. I got a lot of love for the OG, man. So, he LDBC, but he not like that. So all of them are not like that. All of them are, I just mainly talking about really just the top 3 or 4, to be honest with you. But, those guys, they all right guys, I guess, man. They all right guys, I guess, man. They all right guys, I guess, man. I just gave it the way I saw it. You know what I mean? Might have been some days I took it a little too far. You know what I mean? I have a scorched earth policy. So, I might have been some days I took it a little too far. I'll be the first to admit that. He said Marvelous Marvin Hagler, 159 pounds, beats Roy Jones, 159 pounds by TKO. Hagler and Roy Jones in his prime. If that would have went 12 rounds, maybe. That probably would have went 12 rounds. That's a tough one, man. Damn, that's a tough one. I'm going to always say Hagler, though. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm biased. I'm going to always say Hagler. I'm going to say, you can say Hagler versus King Kong. Hagler. You know what I mean? I'm going to always say Hagler. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to always say Hagler. Just let you know right now. Miguel says, he said, ego and IQ are the worst. Hey, man, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is, you know. They've been doing it a while, so. Let's see. Damn, my eyes burning. My eye burning. He says, what you said? He said, oh, Nigel Ben. Yeah, I got, listen, I got Roy Jones right there. I got Roy right there. You know, I was a fanboy of Roy Jones. You got Pernell Whitaker, love fanboy of Sweet Pea. Ali back there. Everybody on the wall, I was a fanboy. I got Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I mean? Shit, man, don't get me started. Easy Dimes, he said, Coach wants to smoke with everyone. No, I don't want to smoke with everyone. You know what I mean? Just, you know, I'm not ducking no smoke. You know, that's why I open the phone lines. I'm not ducking no smoke. You know, my position is my position. You know what I mean? He said Joe Calzaghe versus Ward. Oh, that'd be a good one. Whoo, Joe Calzaghe was a bad boy. That's a pick'em fight. That's a pick'em fight. Both of them undefeated. Yeah, that's a pick'em fight. Roy Jones was a killer. Yes, he was. Roy was a killer. Y'all must have forgot. Roy Jones was a killer. That is true. That's true. True. Shout out to Nick Rich. He says Sugar Ray Leonard can beat Godzilla, King Kong, and the Loch Ness Monster. And Sasquatch and whatnot. Well, I'm telling you, the old school fighters have a special place in my heart, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Bro, oh man, bro. They gave us, man. Frankie Randall, Frankie Randall was a bad boy as well. Frankie Randall. Yes, sir, Frankie Randall. You know, him and Julio Cesar Chavez, man, you know. Let's see. Who else we got? He said Hulk or Superman. Well, you know, though. I'm gonna say the Hulk, you know, but Superman, you know, he's more stronger than he's the strongest thing on the planet. But I'm gonna always pick the Hulk. But you know, come on, Superman, you know, according to the Marvel comics, Superman, you know, because Hulk had too many flaws, like he couldn't breathe in space, this, that, you know, yada yada yada. I have to say, Superman. Reluctantly, I don't want to say that, but reluctantly, I have to say Superman. And my damn eye burning. You know, reluctantly, I would have to say Superman. I don't know why my eyes burn. Reluctantly. You know, Aaron Pryor versus the new Bud versus Bud Crawford. Oh, that's a good one, bro. I'll probably go with Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor was a mother, bro. I'll go with Aaron Pryor. I'll go with Aaron Pryor on that one. You know, these are hypothetical fantasy matches, you know. And there's really no wrong answer here. No wrong answer. Now, if you're telling me some shit like, if you tell me something like something crazy, I'm gonna be like, man, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. You know, you tell me something crazy. He said, Hulk don't give a F. He said, anyone can get it. Yeah, the Hulk. He said Butterbean versus Coates. Oh yeah, Butterbean looked too big for me, bro. Yeah, heavyweight. I couldn't win that match. Crawford versus Mayweather. Pretty Boy Floyd, all day. Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd, Mayweather all day. Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd was a mother. Pretty Boy. Money May. Money May, I might have to go with Crawford on that. Money May, he lost a lot of the skills that he's had. He wasn't the same fighter when he was Money May versus Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd beat the brakes off of Crawford, in my opinion. Pretty Boy Floyd beat the brakes off of any welterweight walking the earth today. Walking the earth today. That guy, Pretty Boy Floyd. Let's see. He said, "Gotta go, coach. I'm a fan." He said, "I'm a fanboy of Hitman Hearns." Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, fam. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hitman Hearns, boy, the Hitman. The Hitman. He said, "Coach, do you think they should bring 15 rounds back?" No. 15 rounds is too much. If you need, listen, 12 rounds is more than enough. 15 rounds is too much. 15 rounds is too much. It's too much. 15 rounds is too much, bro. Too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much of in 15 rounds, bro. Too much 15 rounds. We're going to listen. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, it's too much in 15 rounds. She said, at the same age, I have Floyd. Right now, I'm taking Crawford. Yeah, at the same age, my pretty boy Floyd was a motherfucker. Floyd versus Pernell Whitaker. I'm going to say Pernell Whitaker. I'm going to say Pernell. Even though Floyd, when he was younger, he did used to spar Pernell Whitaker. But I'm going to say Pernell Whitaker. I'm going to say Pernell. I'm going to say Pernell. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to say Pernell Whitaker. Floyd used to also, I think he used to spar with Frankie Randall, too. I think he used to spar with Frankie Randall as well. You know, I'm always take Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea at lightweight versus Floyd, I'm always take Pernell. Let's see, who else you got? Oh, he say, big Ron Finkel in the building. He say Tommy Morrison was an animal like Tyson. Hey, Douglas Durant said Tommy Morrison. R.I.P. to Tommy Morrison, man. Okay. Hey, shout out to Rod Real Shows, man. He say, Coach, do you think Ali was ever secretly on PEDs? I mean, I have nothing to gauge that by. I can't say that he wasn't. I mean, you know, I can't say. You know what I mean? If I say I think, what would I be basing that on? You know what I mean? Like, what would I be basing that on? Like, you know, for me to think something, I would have to have some kind of inkling or something that I saw that would make me think, yeah, he probably was, you know what I mean? He said that Prime Tyson versus the Prime Tyson KOs Lennox Lewis. But the thing is, Tyson was only in his prime for 3 years, 85 to 88. And once he got with Don King, he stopped. He got rid of his train. Once he got rid of Kevin Rooney, changed his whole team, and he stopped training. You know, he wanted to hang out and party. Prime Tyson, you know, 85 to 88. That would have been a hell of a fight. And Prime, that would have been a hell of a fight. But after that, he wasn't the same fighter anymore. He says, I respectfully disagree. Morrison and Tyson aren't on the same. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Hey, he said Pernell was like a slick gazelle. Floyd would be swinging in the air in my thought process. Floyd, I mean, Pretty Boy was a bad boy, but it's just my bias towards the old school fighter, Pernell Whitaker. But I just remember Pernell. I remember Pernell. I saw so many of his fights, bro. Whoo. He say Prime Ali had his Prime Tyson. His name was Joe Frazier. Let's see. Yes, sir. Hit the like button. Kevin Jones said, how can you go against Sweet Pea? But honestly, that would have been a hell of a fight. Yeah, that would have been a hell of a fight. Alex Aguero versus Haney. Aguero, Davis, Loma, Garcia, all the others line them up. Yeah. The great Salvador Sanchez too. They can line them up against Salvador Sanchez. You know what I mean? So shout out to Major Key Boxing. What did he say? He said only 40 subs away from 10K. Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. Major Key Boxing in the building, man. Major Key in the building, man.
You wish you could work it the way I do.
Hey, shout out, man. Shout out to hey, VA say Kawasaki not great. Oh, VA, you gonna get all the Kawasaki fans attacking you now.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Hey, man, VA, goddamn VA boy. VA said, I want all the goddamn smoke, goddamn. I want all the smoke, goddamn. It's whatever. He said, love Sanchez, one of the best feathers ever laid on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Love Salvador Sanchez. Oh, yeah, they'll tell you, boy. Hey, he said, Coach, Ali, people paid Sonny Liston, got paid to take a dive. I don't know. I ain't got no proof of that. Ali paid them. I mean, Sonny Liston used to fight for the mob, so I don't know about Ali paid him to take a dive. He did take a dive, though. He took a dive, but why he took the dive, who paid him, we don't know. Do you have any receipts on that? I don't think Ali. I don't even think that's in Ali's character. I'm gonna pay somebody. I want you to take this dive. Not Cassius Clay, not Cassius Clay or young Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? Ike Biabuche, yeah, man. Well, he said Ike Biabuche would have had trouble with Lewis. I think he beats everyone at that time. The Lennox Lewis who was training with what my brother named, man, who passed away, man, Emmanuel Stewart. That's gonna be a hard fighter to fight because of his jab and his right cross. And Lennox Lewis had a very good uppercut too. He was good at if you was a smaller fighter, Lennox Lewis knew how to fight like a big man. He knew how to fight like a big man. Riddick Bowe versus Mike Tyson. Big Daddy Bowe in his prime. Mike Tyson. I got Bowe. And I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson. I have, well, Bowe, you know what? Bowe fight on the inside. Bowe can fight mid-range, distance, or he can fight on it. Bowe would get in a war. That'd be a hell of a, bro, you know what? That'd be a hell of a fight, man. That's tough. We talking about prime Mike Tyson. We talking about 85 to 88 versus a Riddick Bowe. Big man, wasn't afraid. That would have been a tough one. Lennox Lewis and Tyson prime too. Tyson only had 3 prime years though. He only had 3 prime. It ain't like he had a long, you know what I mean? He was knocking dudes out, but he only had 3 prime years. So he only had 3 prime years. He say Lennox was his best with Manny. Manny was McCall's trainer. And he KO'd Lewis in that first fight. Oh, you talking about Oliver McCall. Oliver McCall, yeah. Oliver McCall, I remember that. He said Tyson lost interest. Post 88, I agree, yeah. After that, he was done. He wasn't training no more. Once he got rid of Kevin Rooney, he was done. Once he got rid of Kevin Rooney, wanted to snort and all that stuff, that he was done. Hey, let's do this, man.
You're begging me not to leave you, and I refuse to let you go.
We're gonna give everybody a round of applause in the chat, man. Everybody a round of applause, man. And we're gonna do this OJ the Jew Man style, man. He said VA cutting up. We're gonna do this OJ the Jew Man style, man. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify as well as Amazon Music. We got a bomb-ass show tomorrow, guys. Friday, I'm taking off. I have some things to take care of. Friday, I'm taking off. Saturday, we will be going live for the Gary Russell Jr. fight. But we're going to do this OJ the Jew Man style. And let's go ahead and give a shout-out and salute to all of the sisters who are here. I got the list right here so I don't forget anybody. Salute to the Queen Ava. Pause, I got to say, Ava want to be called the Queen. Salute to the Queen Ava. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bell. Shout out to the Queen Miss Fit. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to the Queen Lady Shan. Shout out to the Queen Arlette. Shout out to the Queen Bad Girl TKO. Shout out to the Queen Miss Sexy. Shout out to the Queen Monica Silva. Shout out to the Queen Deborah Booker. Shout out to the Queen Lil Green Eyes P. And shout out to the Queen Miss Fit. And let's get it in. Shout out to my main man Big Ronald Finkley in the house. Shout out to Con Shonery. Shout out to who called in. Shout out to VA Money, Virginia. What's going on, my brother? Shout out to Young Billy Boxing from Houston. Shout out to Fernando from New York. And shout out to Rick from San Antonio. Shout out to Kevin Jones. Shout out to Paul Evans. Shout out to John McSmith. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to Halim. Shout out to Dokon. Shout out to Burt Wood in the building. Shout out to Con Shonery. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. Salute to Graham Taylor. Shout out to Bon Scott. Shout out to Ron Boy Fresh. Shout out to Mark Nash was in the building. Salute to Major Key Boxing. Shout out to Ryan. What's going on, fam? Lockdown 305. Shout out to who else we have? The God in the building. Shout out to Miguel Charco. Shout out to Easy Dimes. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Shout out to the Slim Reaper. K. Causey. Shout out to who else we have? Graham Taylor in the building. Shout out to RJ. RJ, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Akon. Salute to Jump Tube in the building. Shout out to Lady Q. Wayne Love Peacock, what's up, bro? Shout out to my brother Diallo Huggy, aka Huggy Bear. Shout out to OG, shout out to OG, double OG, triple OG, quadruple OG. Shout out to Dante and Nadia, what's going on? Goku and Superman, Superman. Shout out to who else we have in the building? Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis. Shout out to Noel Allen. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Salute to Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Hector Garcia. Shout out to Will Sargentson. Shout out to KD. Shout out to Rob Rib Chose. Shout out to my main man Ron Boy Fresh. Shout out to X Ace. Shout out to Yuli X Games. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Let's go all the way back down to the bottom, man. To make sure I get everybody, man, before we leave. If I miss you, please forgive me. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. Shout out Coach K, who was in the building as well. Shout out to Prime Fighting Champions. Let's see, man. Let's see what's going on, man. Shout out to Bon Scott. Deuce Trey in the building. Shout out to Big Ronald Finkley. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Let's see. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Eliza, what's going on, bro? Shout out to Douglas Duran. Salute to Easy Dimes. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Let's see. Jerome Benjamin. Salute to who else we have? I think I got everybody, man. If I miss you, man, please forgive me. I try to get as many people as I can. Let's see. Deuce Trey in the building. Jerome Benjamin, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Just Do Boxing. My man, Big Hawk in the building. Arthur Hawkins. Slim Reaper. He said you doing the Gary Russell fight, coach. Yes, I will be doing the Gary Russell Jr. fight. We're gonna be croaked that night. Hey, listen, bring you some sticky icky, bring you some drink, bring you some dank. We gonna smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, talk a little bit shit. We gonna make it do what it do, okay? And yeah, we gonna make it do what it do that night. True. And I think I got everybody, man. Shout out to Truth Bomb. Shout out to Lonnie Laughlin. What's going on, fam? Lonnie Laughlin. Manny O in the building. Charles Stevens. And I think I got everybody, man. Other than that, Jonas. Other than that, that's it, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Other than that, that's it. This is boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. Nobody today, USA Boxing. You know my motto, man. Don't meet me there, beat me there. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.